Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
You are now locked into the Boxing Voice live from Las Vegas with Nesta Gibbs and Ringwalk Danny.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling. Every day I'm hustling, 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 every day I'm hustling.
I know what my abilities are, I know what I'm capable of, so knockout, so if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't.
It's $1.
I don't think about that. I'm excited to be fighting at home in front of the family and long-time friends. It's gonna be fireworks, it's gonna be a great show and a great performance by myself.
Un peleador ofensivo que va a salir a atacar, va a salir a buscar la pelea. Un peleador de los mejores peleadores de deporte. No, está en su ciudad aquí, un campeón unificado, invicto. Pienso que él está bien y tiene su opinión, yo tengo la mía con esta pelea.
I'm kind of like Tim Duncan in a sense in boxing, like, you know, I do everything right, fundamentally sound.
We have new video from a crash that sent welterweight boxing champion Errol Spence Jr. to the intensive care unit. The crash ejected the boxer, but miraculously, he is expected to be okay.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
It's been a miracle, and I'm a blessing from God that, you know, I haven't had anything serious that would have had me out for a year or two, or just would have been, you know, ending my career. I know them guys wish that I wasn't back so fast, but I am back, and I want to fight the top 9s in the division.
I have to ask you about your eye. We were all worried about you when you had to pull out of the Manny Pacquiao fight.
I want to fight, so
you could have got that.
Yeah, one eye. I got another eye. So.
WBC and IBF welterweight champion of the world.
That's why I sat back and I told people I didn't want to tune up fight. You know, I've been getting a second chance at life. And I'll be getting the third chance at boxing. Nobody's avoiding Terrence Crawford. You know, there's big fish on this side too that, you know, I gotta fry. Like I said, I'm gonna get these belts over here, then I'm gonna come take Terrence Crawford belt because I said I'm gonna be undisputed welterweight champion of the world.
SDS Promotions.
We have new video from a crash that sent welterweight boxing champion Errol Spence Jr. to the intensive care unit. The crash ejected the boxer, but miraculously, he is expected to be okay.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
It's been a miracle, and I'm a blessing from God that, you know, I haven't had anything serious that would have had me out for a year or two, or just would have been, you know, ending my career. I know them guys wish that I wasn't back so fast, but I am back, and I want to fight the top 9s in the division.
I have to ask you about your eye. We were all worried about you when you had to pull out of the Manny Pacquiao fight.
I want to fight, so I mean, you could have got that. Yeah, one eye. I got another eye. So.
WBC and IBF welterweight champion of the world.
That's why I sound bad, and I told people I didn't want to tune-up fight. You know, I've been getting a second chance at life, and I've been getting a third chance at boxing. Nobody's avoiding Terrence Crawford. You know, there's big fish on this side too that, you know, I gotta fry. Like I said, I'm gonna get these belts over here, then I'm gonna come take Terrence Crawford belt because I said I'm gonna be undisputed welterweight champion of the world.
SDS Promotions.
We have new video from a crash that sent welterweight boxing champion Errol Spence Jr. to the intensive care.
Good morning. What up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another one. Your daily morning boxing content. Basically a radio show. Every day. You know, it would be, I always say that, but one day YouTube will smarten up and offer everyone free licensing. Yes, because right now it would be amazing to be able to play some hot shit. You know what I mean? That's what the internet did, right? They empowered everyone to have a voice and an opinion. You know, podcasting became the new wave, right? Content creators became your new reporters. So that's really what's next for the average man to become your new disc jockey, right? Like, you follow the DJs that you follow because they play the music that you like, but not every DJ plays the music that you like. So if they were empowering more people to play music without copyright, they probably spawn a whole new generation of DJs. But we're here to talk about not DJ, but EJ, and the fact that the hunters become the hunted. The hunter has become the hunted. It's crazy. I don't know, did you see the Brian Castano interview? Where he had some very choice words for Errol Spence. I don't want them to get lost in the literal translation because while they're graphic words, they're really, I don't want to say with love, right, Danny? But con cariño, even though that does translate to with love, but it doesn't necessarily mean love. If not, I don't know. Did you hear it? If not,
I did not.
Okay,
know.
This is good. This is good. We'll use fight hypes.
But before you play it, I'm gonna just say one thing.
What are you gonna say?
I understand that Earl's right there, like at 47, right? And the next division is obviously 54. But bro, I do find it fucking weird.
What?
That you keep bringing his name up in the build up to your fights. Like, that's kind of weird. But I guess I have to see it.
Well, it's just like anything that happens in the fight week, right? People ask you questions, you answer. So this seems to me that this was a question he answered. Then they asked Earl. Earl denied it. Then he says what we are about to hear.
Okay.
That's how I believe it went down. You can listen and give me your interpretation. Credit to Fight Hype for being on the scene to capture this. There are many different versions, but, you know, Ben Thompson seems to have the version where Castano is looking straight at the camera, so I would assume it was his correspondent that got this done. Hey, can you get a screen share? But you heard that so far? He said, I love the way Argentinians talk. I swear, I know my girl listens a lot. I don't mean this in the literal sense, but like, I would have loved to have an Argentine woman. That voice, like, you hear what he says? He's like, ¿Quién dice? Hijo de puta. Like, but then keep listening as he talks about Earl and Earl denying what happened. It's so hilarious.
¿Quién dijo?
¿Quién dijo?
Ah, no, es un hijo de puta. Le gané y le metí 2 cuentas, compa. Le gané y le contaron 2 veces y lo eliminé del pre-panamericano. So he said,
Forget his translation. You tell him the real translation because he's not going to say any of the good words that he said.
So, reporters telling Castano that Errol said that he did not get knocked down when they fought in the amateurs, right? So Brian's like, who said? And they're like, Errol. He's like, what? He like, son of a bitch. But it's like literally like that. Like we as Hispanics, you son of a bitch. And, you know, a lot more than Americans, I would feel like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but it's so not as vulgar or aggressive as the literal translation. As you heard him when he said son of a bitch, he's like, hijo de puta. So it's like so different. And again, with the fucking Argentine accent. Hilarious. Is that you're done so I can press play for the rest?
Yeah, come
okay.
on.
says that he did face him, and that not only that, but he took him to the mat twice, and that he eliminated him from the Pan American Games back then. So it definitely happened. Yeah.
So he says that it definitely happened, meaning that again, this was asked to Earl. Earl denied it, and now Castano is doubling down. So there will be a little bit of fat here. I can play it, or you can take my word for it, where he will later say and double down during the interview that after he beats Charlo, he wants Earl.
Que es personal, Estados Unidos con Argentina. ¿Cómo la ves tú? Sí. ¿Cómo dice? Obviamente que las banderas van a estar de por medio, ¿no? Pero yo, como dije anteriormente, estoy muy agradecido a este país porque me da trabajo y realmente siempre que vengo acá la fanaticada.
Yo, you hear that though?
Mm-hmm.
That's the humbleness of the immigrant Latino, right? It's always like that. It's so funny where there's a lot of people that come to this country and they're like, you know, very prideful of their own, or, you know, like you and I were talking about that. Our fathers have dual citizenship. You know, like my father and probably his father, those generations, they're super prideful. You know, they don't want to become U.S. citizens because they feel like they're turning their back on their own country.
Like me with Alabama.
Yeah, when you left, you felt like you turned your back on them?
I did. I'm trying to figure out how to get back.
What? Oh,
not like
man.
Quit the job, get back, but I got to get back to Alabama, bro. I can't be away from Bama for forever.
You got to get a house, man.
It's in my blood.
Get a house out there.
Yeah, I got to. Once
like
I get
a little vacation house, you know, go
rental.
out there in the summers to the lake. You know,
then I mean,
it's
dual
funny.
citizenship in Las Vegas and in Alabama. That's what's up. You're right.
It's funny because I had a friend in Alabama, man, and like, I don't know, 5 years ago now, I think he bought his first house out there. Yeah.
Yeah. I know everybody in every single citizen in Alabama I know.
He bought that thing cheap. Now, that memory came up on my Facebook like a week ago. His memory, because we follow each other, whatever, and his memory of his house. His first time buyer, and it was like, wow.
Yes, sir.
But let's see if we can find this part where he double downs on Earl and offering Earl the opportunity, because not only does this show that Earl has options, obviously Canelo just said, no, we won't fight at 64, but we can fight at 68. Now Castano is saying, hey, if I undispute, you can get a shot at undisputed. And obviously he has an opportunity at becoming undisputed in his own division with Crawford. So regardless how you interpret this audio from Castano, it just shows that Earl truly is the big fish.
Yes, indeed.
Norteamericana me trata muy bien y los latinos también, principalmente la gente que vive acá, estoy muy agradecido, no tengo nada que decirle. La guerra es nuestra.
Should I rewind it for you?
Las banderas hay que dejarlas fuera. Faltó el cara a cara. Faltó el cara a cara. Faltó el cara a cara por una pelea de este. Faltó cara a cara. Mañana va a estar el cara a cara.
I need you to translate that, because my interpretation is that he's very gracious and thankful to this country because it gives him work.
And the people treat him well and show him love. He says not just Argentinian people in America, but Latins in America and Americans alike. And then they asked on the face-off, why no face-off? And you heard it in Spanish, and then at the very end, before you paused it, you heard it from another reporter in English. But he was responding. He was saying no face-off today. The face-off will be tomorrow after the weigh-in.
I'm going to have to rewind it because I feel like he was asked, why no Argentine flag? And he said, no, the flag is not here today. The flag will be tomorrow in the face-to-face.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Okay.
Que las banderas van a estar de por medio, ¿no?
Tú ves, la bandera van a estar por de medio. That accent is so.
You said he's Argentinian?
Yeah.
Now, so do they have a lisp too?
Yes, hell yeah.
Yo, but
it's like because they get it from España.
But only like half of the country speaks Spanish. The other half, doesn't the other half speak Portuguese? Because I know in Brazil it's Portuguese, and I want to say like the side that borders Brazil is the side that predominantly speaks Portuguese, not Spanish.
That's funny because isn't it extremely close to Portugal?
No, Portugal's in Europe, bro.
Oh wow, because
but it is like near Spain and shit though.
So I guess Portugal and what country is close to that? Because they speak Spanish over there.
Spain.
Oh, there you go. I don't be looking at the globe. I don't care that
Geography
I'm 40.
lessons with Danny.
Not my cup of tea, and I didn't pay attention in school. So Danny obviously did. Plus, he was in the army. I mean, imagine he would have got lost in the Middle East. He better know where the fuck he at. I'm over here cool in America, chilling with my blue passport. But
smoke weed every day.
Thank you.
Yo, como dije anteriormente, estoy muy agradecido a este país porque.
So yeah, so we're good there, right? We're good.
Oh, they're saying I'm wrong. They're saying that it's a Spanish country. So
which one?
Argentina.
Boom. So it's all right though.
Me trata muy bien y claro, decirle, la guerra es nuestra, las banderas hay que dejarlas fuera.
You see? La guerra es nuestra. La bandera hay que dejarla fuera. Translate. This is a very horrible crop job, Austin.
Play that again.
Whatever.
Because you'll play like 2 seconds
he said
and then pause it.
Yeah.
And then you'll start talking like a second into it. So
he said the war is between us. The flag, we leave it outside. Because I guess, I think I know now where this derives from because Charlo started the whole America. And then they start, trying to do the back and forth. That's what was going to happen in the press conference.
I'm pretty sure it started with them, though.
But Charlo's the one with the mic.
I hear you, but
Exactly. So he gave it life. It's like I say, some of these comments, you don't have to say them. Nobody can see them. Like, it's a podcast. So, like, the people listen on iTunes, iHeart, and Spotify, they don't see the comments. So if it's not said, they wouldn't even have life. You know what I mean? But moving forward. And he says, faltó cara a cara, faltó cara a cara. So, like, he doubles down on that, which means...
the face-off was missing today.
Yeah. Or I think that's not the translation. That's literal. But I think it's more like... I guess you're right and I'm wrong, but damn. Like, it feels like he was like, we needed a face-off today.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Faltó cara a cara. So it's like, we needed a face-off today. We didn't get it, but we needed a face-off today.
But we'll get it tomorrow at the
Boom.
Why no face-off today?
Ha! There goes the question. Si le van a dar la revancha a Errol Spence. Which means?
What do they give Errol the rematch? Obviously, he's referring to their amateur bout.
So funny, right? Because many years ago, right, like Danny had wins over Crawford. Crawford had a win over Danny. Crawford had a win over Mikey. And, they don't use that whole amateur thing. That's, as the years have gone by, like, it's become more of a thing. And it's actually played out. Like, I believe Usyk beat Joyce and a few people in the amateurs.
Fucking didn't Sean Porter beat Usyk?
Yeah.
In the
And it
amateurs?
that played out because, he showed to be badass fighter.
Ana Charlo me gustaría enfrentarlo a Errol Spence, obviamente.
He says that if he beats Charlo, he would like to face Spence.
So there it is. I don't really need to find the next one where he doubles down again. He said it right there. After he beats Charlo, he would love to fight Spence. So now that we found it and given the facts, what's your thoughts? If he were to beat Jermell on Saturday, would you want a rematch? This is our poll, or did you make one already?
I made one just to get the galvanize the crowd, but we ready to
All right,
change it
so if he were to beat Jermell on Saturday, obviously in definitive fashion, would you want him to fight Earl next? Or give us now 3 more options.
Like when you say definitive, you got to be talking either knockout or like 10-2 or better, right?
I'm talking definitive in the sense that no one is complaining that it wasn't a win.
Oh, well, shit, then they can't fight. If you don't want anybody to complain on who won.
No, come on, man. Bro, Floyd had 8 4s out there. Even Maidana, nobody, you know what I'm saying? That shit is clear.
If it went like Canelo Bivol.
I mean,
definitive.
That I don't see that happening, but cool. Yeah. I mean, boxing can shock us. We didn't think Bivol would do that. So, yes, fine. Whatever definitive means to you, because that's what it means, that no one, thinks other than what happened.
Yeah, I mean, if he wins definitively, I don't know, bro. I feel like y'all got to run it a third time.
Wow.
First one ended in a draw.
Okay, so that's your answer. Rematch. Trilogy. Second option, Errol Spence. I'm going to throw Crawford's name in the hat.
Absolutely.
Because Crawford said, I'll fight Jermell after I beat Earl. So fuck it. Give him the opportunity at the dude that beat the dude he thought he could beat.
I think the fourth option, maybe Tim Tszyu. Just because
Castano, Tim Tszyu. I mean, I guess that's the biggest next fight at his division.
And not just that, but I think Fedora might be a bit bigger. But
bigger what?
A bigger fight for him.
I don't even know that that's a bigger fight in America for him. I think that Tim Tszyu. First of all, you can Google because he's doing that, or Austin, please. How many Australians live in America?
Well, let's find out.
Because once Tim Tszyu comes to America to fight for all the belts versus Brian Castano.
In 2019, there were 98,619 Australian-born people living in the United States.
That's nothing. 98,000, that's it?
In 2019, so it could have definitely gone up.
98,000 ain't shit, though.
Wow. I feel like when Canelo fought Billy Joe, we Googled and there was at least 2 million UK people living here.
But notice he said Australian born, right? A lot of these people going to the Canelo fights that are Mexican, they're not born in Mexico. They're maybe like myself, first generation, perhaps second. But so I think that matters too.
You guys met the cleaning guy we have here. He was born in Tennessee. But then
moved to Australia,
lived there for 20 years.
20 years. And that's what I'm saying. How many Australian-born are living here?
That's what he said.
Oh, that's what he said. So, damn. So, what? I guess that's it then, really. Well, yeah, I don't know.
So, trilogy, fight Crawford, fight Spence.
What about Australian-Americans?
Bro, that's crazy. You literally, that'd be a lot more. I don't know if something like that is...
Is that even on the census? See if there's anything out there for Australian Americans. Because I just think Tszyu is so big. He's going to be like Ricky Hatton coming to America to fight Floyd. You bring your crowd and a crowd shows up. But you're right, though. I haven't ever in my 40 years did I have other than creating this show. So obviously I got Alex in Australia, Mickey in Australia. Now because of this show, I got a few friends in Australia now that I've actually physically met and everything. But before this show, I went through my entire life. I've never met an Australian living in America ever. Nowhere
Never?
that I went.
I've only ever met one.
And I fucking travel. I'm not the average man. I've been to damn near every fucking state in America, plus out of the country. But again, we're talking in the US. I've never bumped into an Australian that lives in Australia. Maybe, no, that'll be resorts out of the country. It's crazy. Have you?
I'm thinking, bro.
Actually, you're in the army too. You should have some. I don't know. Can an Australian come here and then all of a sudden sign up to the army?
Oh, you know what? Let me tell you, it's crazy. I'm over here thinking really hard, right?
Yeah.
At my base, there's an Australian unit there. There's
for Australian born or Australian Americans?
I mean, they come.
Fuck it, man.
They come from Australia, is what I'm getting.
Okay, he got some facts, and this is going too far into Australia. Even though you're going there,
I am going.
Shout out to Melbourne. When do you leave exactly? I need a co-host.
May 30th.
I'm thinking we got to do another poll on the community page for what co-host to bring. I'm thinking Maestro.
It's okay. So is school?
I told him to
out?
call me this morning.
Is school gonna be out? You know.
Man, fuck that shit. He'll get a substitute, bro.
So I got trilogy with Charlo, fight with Crawford, fight with Spence, or fight with Zoo.
Fight with Zoo. That's the next biggest thing.
So the poll is about to be up in like 1 minute. It says, if Castano defeats Charlo in definitive fashion, what would you like to see him do next? I got trilogy with Charlo, fight with Crawford, fight with Spence, or fight with Tim Zoo.
So this article is reading. So we said what 98, rounded up 99,000 live here in the United States. The number one place for Australian expats is the UK with 160,000.
Wow. So they're just not. They're just happy with their country.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of people in chat
it.
are saying is like, why Australia is actually a really good country in a lot of aspects.
Wow. They're just like, fuck you Americans and your country.
No, fuck that, bro. Weed ain't legal.
It ain't over there. But they get it easy. My boy Mickey is always blowing. Chilling. Like a villain.
We got a couple super chats.
Bo, tell them all about our lovely super chat wheel.
So the super chat wheel, the highlight obviously is the signed David Benavidez glove that Danny will show you in just moments. We also have the Sabas keychain. Shout out to Sabas, Seth Cruz. Love you, brother. We got our T-shirt for the day is the Akin Barak signed Boxing Voice T-shirt.
Oh.
And we also have the classic, beautiful design TBV hat.
That is
on the wheel as
There's
well.
only 4 left.
There's only 4 of them left.
And it
so
takes
we like
6
running
weeks
out
to
super
order
fast.
again. And I don't know. We actually got some samples. What did you think of the snapback?
Nah.
What?
Nah.
What? There's a snapback now too, possibly?
Yeah, I got the prototype. He doesn't like it. That's crazy.
Danny, don't you wear fitted though?
Yeah, I wear fitted. It just looked a little, a little sad.
What?
Yeah.
Bruh, first of all, it was a snapback, but the what is this called? The bill?
The brim?
The brim? Suede underneath. I know right now people that's landing on people, come on, man, you already had suede on that. But think about it. When have you ever purchased a snapback with suede on the bottom?
Bro.
Think about it. Go ahead and think about it.
This 2022, the fuck even wear snapbacks?
Danny the hat guy. He said he got like 90 hats.
What? A snapback looks exactly like this fitted, except it's a snapback.
Nah, you could tell this is way better quality.
Whoa, disrespectful.
Bro, the brim was like leaning to the right.
Yo, I'm done. We moving on, man. Who's super chat, man? This guy.
Which one Danny just read?
I don't know. I don't think we didn't read it.
We ain't read shit. Chingon Sauce is up. If I'm
Hey, Abe, that's El Camino Electrical Services.com.
.com. Yay. All right. Abe says, good morning, TVV. Keep up that hard work and dedication. 5 smackaroos. Appreciate that. Good morning, Abe. And then we got Facts 100. Right? Facts 100 that says, sending a $2 super chat. Appreciate the love. He says, Messi Castano, Argentina flag, fire emoji. Let's go. 8th round stoppage. Abe comes back with another $5. He says, school will be out and Maestro is a man. Also, Aussies are cool as fuck. They party hard. Oh shit. We got Michael Colbert with a $5 super chat. Just sending some love.
Love the love.
And then Bo, we got Errol $10. So it'll be our first spin of the day.
First spin.
And Errol says, good morning, TBV. Buenos dias. Good morning to you. Spin that wheel, Ness.
That felt like a powerful spin. Oh.
One entry to the hat raffle, but Errol, I'm sure he knows, extra 5 is required for the hat raffle and the David Benavidez glove raffle.
That's right.
So you got 1 minute for that. In the meantime, Michael Colbert sent in another $5 saying, thanks for the dope hat. Well,
yes,
thank you.
It's funny that last night he was like, yeah, he was like, where my hat at? And it was delivered on May 9th. And then this morning he's like, thanks for the hat.
Yo, he probably ain't even look outside.
Yeah, he had to check the mailbox.
That's crazy. Nah, I doubt it fit in the mailbox. It was sitting outside.
I got 3 hats in the car right now, already packaged and everything.
Yo,
all I gotta do is just drop them off at the post office.
Majid sent a $5 super chat. He said, I like snapbacks, but people with fat necks hate them.
So
thank you, Brandon. I am a hat connoisseur, and I appreciate you trusting my judgment on the situation.
I bet you that's Brandon in Houston.
I just said Brandon Lynn, so.
Errol Zestro, I dropped off your Julian Jackson glove and your TBV hat in the mail yesterday, so you should be getting it at least by Saturday, because it's like 2-day shipping. It should get there pretty quick. So you should have it by Monday.
Boy, that Bo getting 2 days shipping.
Yeah.
Ballin'. I'm fucking with you.
2-day ship, like they have 7-day shipping at like
what? That must be free 99.
No, it'd be like 40 to maybe I say 30 to 40 cents more to get it there in 2 days. So every now and again,
so you just sprung for that.
Depending on where it is, I might do the 2-day shipping, and depending on how long it's been since they won the item.
I got a cash app from Jaime Nieto.
What he saying, champ? What he saying?
He said nothing. Just $10.
Spin that wheel.
Spin the wheel.
Money talks.
Bullshit walks. We got any guests today? Ooh, +1. Jaime, you know what to do.
Send another 5
in 1 minute.
For not 1 but 2 entries into the David Benavidez autograph custom TBV signature glove.
Holy smokes.
Jaime Nieto is already in there 3 times. This will add 2, and he'll be in there 5 times. He got 5 entries into the David Benavidez glove raffle.
But you got to send that 5.
You got to send that Finball.
Or you ain't going to be in that one.
Or you ain't getting shit.
And the guests today are Elvis Gomez and Deante Brown, a.k.a. King Led.
Oh, damn.
I asked him.
He's shooting guns out here.
Yeah, that's what I said. King Led. I was like, what you got? Your fist like bullets or something like that? He was like, yup. Okay.
Okay. To this day.
But I've been talking to Elvis this morning, so he should be on
Do
the
he
way
need a
soon.
ride? Didn't he need a ride?
He did at first, but now he hadn't mentioned anything.
Bruh, double down.
Hold on.
Come on, bro.
Oh, you able to?
He good. He good.
Double down. Make sure he don't need a ride. And if anything, it's too late for Uber. Go snatch him.
I will. Come on, you know I will. I'm ready.
I know.
I'm ready.
He said,
I'm ready. Actually, Uber might be quicker because you got to go and come back. So it all depends. We will have to check. Where are we, though? Bo, have you given your opinion on whether or not Castano wins definitively? You know, the same exact question on the poll that we're asking everyone else. You got to answer it yourself. Myself. Danny, yourself.
If he if he does win, if he just wins, period, I definitely don't want to see a trilogy. I've seen it once already. I enjoyed the fight, but this is the last one I want to see with them two. I would love to see him fight against Terrence Crawford.
Let's fucking go.
What?
Let's fucking go.
What?
We got a couple super chats to get to.
What?
We got Izzy with a $10 super chat. Just sent a $10. Hyman did send his 5, so he will be entered those 2 entries for the hat. So we'll spin the wheel for Izzy for his 10.
Oh gosh, they rolling in now. And Yo Elvis said he's on the way.
Let's go.
All right, spinning the wheel for Izzy. Izzy this, Izzy that. Ow! I don't think Izzy has a hat either.
Izzy, it will be another $5 as you landed on the hat, which is a $15.
If you want to be entered into the raffle, you do not have to. Remember that, it's actually, I'm looking here, but it's here. Remember, you do not have to. Your super chat is exactly that. It's a super chat. If you just wanted to be read and move on with your day, that is all good. But we do have different raffles at different levels, and, if you want to be involved, you have to meet that criteria. Don't forget, if you're a Patreon, there are questions for Yo Elvis. I'll actually pull it up and then post the link in the live chat. Austin, can you put the Discord link, please?
We got Arizestro.
Actually, I got it.
With the $50 super chat.
No way.
That says, let me get 5 spins. I'll send 5 for every item after the spins.
So
actually, he gets
1 entry into
Oh yeah, we changed it yesterday. Remember,
50 means you get 1 entry into everything on the list.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go ahead and add you into everything right now.
That is
now. I know I'm about to add an extra layer of difficulty here, but what if? Ooh.
Let's just put them on in every one. We did it yesterday.
Producers know. See, that's what I'm talking about, Bo. Bo finally taking that role on of lead. Like, no, I am the producer. That's what I want, man. Listen, you have to be
every item after.
Why you got to talk this? So this is what you do. You cut me off. You on some ventriloquist? He's a ventriloquist. How you
stay doing
how do you say it, Austin?
My man's fucking shit up, playing shit in the background, and then
ventriloquist cutting me off. How'd you do that?
Jaime Nieto with a $5 super chat that says, "What up, TBV? Loving everything y'all doing now. Show is fire. Been listening for 11 years."
So isn't that the Jaime Nieto that sent the last $10 and landed on the spin? So now you got to put him into the entry with the +1 on the
2 minutes late. I said that shit. Cell Dogs with a fat dog. $20 super chat says, "Morning, guys."
Hold up. Hold up. 20 dub, B. Go for it.
He said, "Morning, guys. Get me in that raffle." So, Cell Dog, since you sent 20, what will occur is...
Hold up. Cell Dog from Milwaukee, I believe.
Cell?
I think that's Cell in Milwaukee.
I like how he talk when he call in. I like how he talk.
Bro, you ain't calling in a few years, man. What's up?
Damn.
This is a new studio.
He said we in the stew.
My boy finally happy vaping, bro. I'm proud of
I'm not happy vaping.
There was a lot of smoke.
I know, but
your lungs
happy. That's just, part of the aesthetics for the studio. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of ambiance. We need a smoke machine we got to look up smoke machines. What do you think, Danny? Should we get a smoke machine?
New studio.
A small, right in the morning as we walk in.
When the guest is walking in.
Ooh, when he doing a fucking... Now we got to get a smoke machine.
Imagine if we had the
Who got to use smoke machine?
Now I want the
making his way to the seat.
Actually, you know who got one? Adrian Rowan. Do you still have time to use your smoke machine? Do you want to sell it to TBV? Nah, I'm joking. But yeah, we might have to get a smoke machine. I kind of like that. I don't know that we could use it in the new building though, because it's all glass. So it's like, it's going to look smoked out.
That's the idea.
I mean,
we'll try it out. So, Cell Dogs, what is about to happen? You're going to get 2 spins unless you land on that hat or glove. Since that is a 15, then that'll be your entry.
And a spin for Cell Dog. Ooh.
Almost. 1 entry into the keychain. And then we give him another spin now since that was there.
Give him another spin, Nas. Come on.
2 spins for your buck. Oh, yes. Well, no, right? No, he need. Well,
yeah, that's good. 1 entry to the hoodie.
Okay. So,
Izzy sent his 5 as well.
Okay.
And Izzy said, Danny is right on his hat preference, but I do it for the support, not the snapback. Put my name in.
All right. Well, this one isn't a snapback because we haven't ordered those. We haven't. Again, we have to agree before we do any orders. But yeah.
Yeah, trust me, we gonna get y'all some good shit. Just not this. We're gonna get y'all. We gonna get y'all right.
According to Danny, not that.
We gonna get y'all right. Mr. Gibbs.
Yes, sir.
How sad are you about Amir Khan's retirement today?
Not
retirement?
as sad as I am about the fact that I didn't have the courage to go with the true topic I wanted to go with this morning.
Which was?
I wanted to go with Eddie Hearn saying Canelo Alvarez told him, I will not lose again in a rematch with Bivol.
You want payday?
So it sounds like he's taking a rematch. I really wanted to go with that, but I'm trying to give Charlo and them some shine. But it's not working.
Yo, speaking of,
there's millions of people less interested in this fight than they were last week.
I'm about to say something, but I don't mean no harm. He better not pop.
Who?
He better Canelo.
Why would he pop? You mean the next time?
Yeah, he better not pop. If he pop, his name gonna be tarnished for forever. So I believe he can do it, but he better not pop. He better not
Why
pop.
you putting that energy in the air?
Because he saying I will not lose, guarantee. It's like what he gonna do different? Because
I guess you never played no sports. He never played sports in his life because anytime I play somebody in the court, I'm more familiar.
He can't beat Bivol though.
What? Why can't you make adjustments, man? That's what skilled fighters do.
He too big.
Well, listen, Maidana thought he could do better in the rematch too.
Cell Dogs is from Atlanta.
Oh shit!
Okay.
And the reason I know he's from Atlanta is because he sent another super chat, another $20, right?
Whoa!
So he says, 1, great, definitely want that keychain. 2, happy for the hoodie. And 3, sorry guys, I'm from Atlanta. So
shout out to Cell Dog being a new cell. We was used to sell in Milwaukee, so
yeah, we're gonna get you some more spins.
We're gonna get him a spin.
Spin that wheel.
He in the hat.
Now you
get a little bit of everything.
Now you might get it all. And there's only 4 of those left. So
and shirts.
Danny, what do you feel about Canelo saying that? Because look at this guy's interpretation. Right away, he went to the freaking PEDs. How do you even pull that interpretation from what the man said? Jesus.
He's asking you about how
I'm not. That was actually rhetorical. He knew that was rhetorical. I was just like, because I don't get how.
Because before the Triple G rematch, didn't he? Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's when he popped. Was in camp for that Triple G.
But and he didn't lose. He did better. Yada yada yada. But I do believe it was like the actual beef. I don't believe he was just drug. I don't even know. Whatever. But he guaranteeing a victory. I think he gonna do something different. And what he do different might be, know what I'm saying? Get a little juiced up, know what I'm saying, to fight the big man. I ain't against it or for. I don't give a damn either way, but, you know.
It'll be interesting, especially because, you know, Bivol's people had put it out there way before the fight that, yeah, we'll go to 68 for the fight. Fight happens at 75. They're still adamant that they'll go to 68. And now Bivol's like, I'm not 100% sure I can make 68. So it'll be interesting to see. I would like to see the rematch because at the end of the day, it was the same shit with Wilder, right? So many people gave Wilder a lot of shit when he lost the second Fury fight. But it's like, he took the fucking trilogy, goes in there, fights like a dog, and yeah, he lost, but he went out on the shield and gave the fight fans a great fight. And on top of that, he was happy that he was able to at least go out there and give it his all. So I'm like, yo, let Canelo do that. If he lose again, cool. Bivol got his number.
Right.
If you lose again, cool. Bivol got his number. You take your hat off to Bivol. If Canelo loses again, Canelo is still, to me, the greatest Mexican fighter of all time, and he's still one of the greatest in the sport. Let's not forget he is currently the undisputed super middleweight champ. You know, we talk about UFC sometimes on the show. Look, man, one thing about the UFC, when Israel Adesanya wanted to challenge himself, even though he was the current champ, and he moved up in weight to challenge himself and fight the champ, try to become a 2-division champ, and he lost, bro, they ain't discredit him. Cool, he lost. Now he gets to go back down and continue to do what he does.
So how come people can discredit Canelo like that then?
Bro, I'm just saying that's a sport. It's a sport of boxing.
It's a hate thing.
It's a sport of boxing, bro.
Listen,
and it's sad. It's sad too. Because let me tell you. You know, obviously we get callers here. We get guys that are on record supporting Charlo, supporting whoever they may be supporting that's not Canelo. But bro, the main motherfuckers hating on Canelo is his own people.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. And I'll tell you, based off my analytics, which you have complete access to, Canelo goes up, right? Your analytics go up when Canelo fights, and then they go down when he doesn't fight. And that's the thing, right? So like the people that hate on Canelo aren't his own people, or as much of his own people as you believe. I'm not going to say there aren't Mexicans that don't like him and that hate him. But it's more the people that want him to fight their favorite fighter, but they only come out to watch Canelo. It's the Mayweather effect. They won't pay to see you lose. So all the numbers come up because his haters pay to see him lose, right? So now, look, the guys they want him to fight, a Charlo is fighting. I mean, it is night and day, right? The graph goes Canelo, Charlo Castano. I promise you. It's night and day. If they came out, like, honestly, check me out. Look, it's Thursday. It's Friday.
No.
Listen to me. I'm gonna make more.
Fight. It was nothing until
listen to me. Let me make more of a case, brother. Let me make more of a case. I don't hear CYP calling in, yelling, arguing. Charlo's the best. He about to be undisputed. No, he had more energy for Canelo fighting Bivol. Is a cherry pick. I'm not saying you said this, so don't call in saying I put words in your mouth. I'm just giving a generalization of callers like CYP, J-Mac, JT, JP. You know, everyone that had something negative to say about Canelo Bivol, they gave more energy to Canelo than they do their own favorite fighter. Like right now, where are you at saying, yo, he about to be the first undisputed, all these twins?
Keep in mind, he did call in a couple days ago, and he was like, everybody.
He called in yesterday.
He said, I'm going to be at the fight. He said, he said, they say Charlo and them all talk and no action.
Yesterday.
He said, I'm going to be at the fight, and I'm going to show you that I'm about action versus just
yesterday. It matters because if people had the same energy to hate the next man that they had to bring up their own fighter, those guys would get opportunities. Again, there is a drop-off. Look, there's no callers.
After the Brian Castano Charlo won, it got crazy on TBV. I couldn't even listen to the show.
No, but
it
that's
was so
after
crazy.
the fight, though. That's after the fight.
Sunday and Monday was the best.
Brother, we're talking build-up. How do you get your paycheck? How do you get a bigger paycheck? How do you get on pay-per-view? Being fucking popular. What you do in the ring, there's always going to be an immediate reaction and people are going to go crazy to that. I'm talking about building up your fight. There's no one calling in. It's Friday. Stop lying for these motherfuckers. No, where is the hysteria that we had for Canelo Bivol? Every day we was doing 5.5-hour shows. Come on. My analytics don't lie.
So because obviously you have the analytics.
You too? You can fucking go to dashboard and hit analytics.
Right, well, if you would just chill out for a second, just listen, right? Mm-hmm. So you got the analytics to prove the point that you're trying to make for Canelo, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have the analytics for people as being a Mexican. Bro, I've just heard it, for the last fucking 12 years regarding Canelo. I've heard it. So it's like I don't got analytics to show you the shit I've heard or the arguments I've gotten into with random fucking Mexican ass hating motherfuckers because they like, oh, he ain't really, bro, they still stuck on Chavez. Like, bro, it's sad. And if even if I'm wrong in this, which it's not a big deal, I'm not trying to like say or, you know, whatever, but even if I'm wrong in this and there is analytics to show that majority of Canelo's haters is not his own people, I will say that majority of his own people hate on him more than bring him up, more than, you know, highlight what he's able to do or what he has done and is doing. So it may not be the majority of his own people, but the majority of his own people are haters more than they are fans.
I had people calling into the show last week just to say, man, I don't really care Canelo fighting Bivol. You know, I'm going to watch it. I might not watch it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really care. This ain't who I want to. Ain't nobody calling in to say they don't care Jermell fighting Castano or they do care. That's what I'm trying to explain. Like, we had a weak buildup for Canelo Bivol, and people called in every single day for 4 to 5 hours and a half debating that Canelo's cherry picking, Canelo's ducking, Canelo is going to lose to Bivol, he's going to beat Bivol, what's he going to do next? All that. All I'm saying is, where is that for this? Where is, yo, Charlo gonna beat Castano, he gonna move up, and I want him to challenge Boo Boo. Charlo gonna beat Castano, he should fight Earl. Like, where is the hysteria? That's all I'm telling you. I'm showing you that motherfuckers only love to hate. They only love to hate. Like, the same callers that call in and say Canelo ain't doing enough, Canelo shouldn't fight Bivol, he should be fighting Charlo, he ducking Boo Boo Andre. Here is one of the Charlos fighting, they not calling in. I'm just making a motherfucking point. Your favorite caller is not calling in to big up Jermell in his undisputed fight.
Who is my favorite caller?
I'm speaking in general to the public, the listening public.
Okay.
There's no King Born saying Spider Crab. Where's J Mac and JT? Telling you this is what Canelo not doing, undisputed in his own division. He ain't ducking nobody.
One of them actually hates Charlo. They be calling him Frankenstein.
All of them, where they at, man? It's a general.
You saying where the back
call? It's a general call out to the people that waste more energy calling in to tell us what Canelo is not doing. Okay? They call in to tell us what he's not doing, how he's ducking, how his fights don't matter, this fight ain't this fight that, why he fighting this guy. Where is all that energy for these people is what I'm saying. This shit is dead.
We got hella super chats. Chingo and Sas with a $5 super chat saying, get Victor Conti on the show to speak on PEDs and extensively explain the Canelo meat situation. Also, let's remind people of Floyd IV test for Manny Pacquiao fight. Midwest Boxing with a $5 super chat saying, I don't know the numbers, but Spence Ugas fight week seemed bigger than Canelo and Charlo's fight weeks. Then Midwest Boxing with another $5. He says spin. So he trying to add, he could add those up, right? He sent back-to-back fives.
Yeah.
So we'll spin a wheel for Midwest Boxing.
Midwest Boxing, you've been entered into the hat raffle.
And yeah, because he sent a third five. And I'll read that in just one sec. R. West with his 5 saying, Ness changed the subject of the show. The entire chat was talking about the Charlo fight. There was no hype for the Canelo fight. People were only saying it was a cherry pick.
Lies. Bro, we had dozens of callers. Dozens. Like, go back and check the analytics. Go back and check the show. If you're not part of TBV and you can't see the analytics, go back and check the hours of the show. Matter of fact, I can do that. Hold on.
In the meantime,
His score just doubled after the rant.
Bill, well, wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up and defend your favorite fighter instead of only calling in to show that you're a motherfucking hater. That's all. I'm calling y'all out on y'all bullshit. They got always shit something to say about what Canelo doing and not doing. Meanwhile, they favorite fighters right now going into undisputed, no one gives a fuck.
Yo, and it's fucked up too because I really believe this is a great fight, and I think it's a big fight, and I'm excited to be there for the rematch, as I was there for the first one. But it's sad because I was making my way to work this morning, and I get some notification. I don't know where it came from, but I get a notification, and I read that Charlo Castano will be available to the UK public on YouTube.
Wow.
So
that's good.
I mean, it's good, but it's shitty to me. Like,
why?
I just wish that, bro, like you said, it's Friday. It's the day before the fight. Like, the UK fans, for the most part, are real fight fans. So, you know, they're going to be tuned in. Like, I wish they would have had more of a build-up for it. Don't you think? Like, oh, now we get it, you know, the day before.
Oh, you mean the announcement of it?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. No, boxing always drops the ball. We're second fiddle.
You know, but see, I was also one of the many people that was extremely pissed and complaining about same shit, the UK or whoever dropping the ball on there being no fucking, how the fuck Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez ain't have, you know. So I was complaining about that. I guess now they got it via YouTube stream. I just wish they would have had a bigger build-up. But Brandon Lentz sends his $5 saying, who has ever called in and said Jermell Charlo was the face of boxing? If that's happened, then Ness has a legitimate argument. Otherwise, why compare? And then I think, actually, yeah, that is all of the shit. Super chats. I got the fucking hiccups.
I'm gonna step out and try to make sure our guest is got the right address and all that good information.
All right.
But you know the number to call. If you'd like to call in, the number is 425-569-5241. Press 1 and same, well, not the same, but you guys in Discord, make sure to let us know if you want to speak.
I'm gonna try and do in the future. I'll try and have this pulled up to make it simpler. But I think a Google Trends, right? Google Trends search. What you think?
Oh, you still on it?
Oh, we're gonna leave it alone?
I mean, I don't know.
Not bad.
No. I mean,
one of the producers was like, "Ness, you could always do a Google Trend search."
Yeah, but I just think that
show the comparison.
I just think like the comparison is gonna show what like everybody already knows, right? Like, I mean, because to an extent, Brandon has a point. It's like Canelo, regardless, is the face of boxing.
But wasn't there a caller that called in during the Canelo show to say that Charlo was the face of boxing?
I mean, we didn't take callers during the Canelo show, so
what?
In San Diego?
No, I'm talking about like that's what I mean. Fight week, bro. We literally did 2 shows. We did a weigh-in show, and that shit did great numbers. You know, it's like we did a weigh-in show. We did 2 shows on Thursday. Like we
Cash App.
We did a lot. Yes, we got a cash app from Hawk in Maryland. It says, "Yo, Ness, preach the truth. You are so right. They quiet." But anyway, look, we got some callers. Open it up. I mean, and please don't call in to argue with me. Just call in to like big up Charlo and the fact that he's fighting an undisputed fight. Because like Canelo was just moving up fighting for 1 belt and fucking made an earthquake in boxing on the Richter scale. It was pretty big. So I'm just wondering, like, where is the hype for this fight? Like, where are the Charlo fans, the Lion-only fans that keep saying Canelo's ducking them? They should be right now like, yo, my boy about to go for undisputed. This why, you know, this how you do it. This what Canelo didn't do. Like, where is that at? Canelo avoided him at 54. He's still at 54. He about done. Like, where's the energy at? For like, you only come out when Canelo fights. That's why Charlo ain't a pay-per-view star. Like, you supposed to be calling in right now. The promoters that listen to this show need to be seeing, damn, Charlo is a draw. People are calling in. They're excited. No, they about to call in. That's you. You trying to bait me? Oh, you trying to get me to? No, I'm not. I want you to fucking be a fan for your Charlo the way I'm a fan for Canelo. I go crazy. I do 8-hour shows every day for 5, 6, 7 days when Canelo fight. Because I'm a real fucking fan. So the least you could do is call in every day on a Charlo fight week for fucking 3 minutes? I'm doing 8-hour shows 2 times a day. Like, I'm showing that I'm a fan. Put me in the category of fanboy then if we're basing it off hours.
Let's get to these callers, no?
Oh, there's some?
CYP, what up?
I didn't know he was there. Give me 1 segundo. Oh, I didn't know nobody came.
Subscribe to youtube.com/theboxingvoice for the latest and greatest interviews with your favorite fighters.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Good morning.
Y'all hear me?
Huh?
Y'all hear me?
We hear you fine.
Listen to me, man. I'm such not a supporter of the Charlos that I'm going to the fight. Bought my tickets a month ago. It was for my birthday present. Me and my partner going. I'm going to be mad close, screaming, I'm really trying to save my voice if you really want to know, because I'm about to be going crazy. Because everybody here knows the biggest Lions Only supporter on TBV is CYP. The fight is made. Less 24 hours plus away. I ain't got to say shit because I'm going to say a lot. Trust me, when he becomes undisputed, I don't even want to give y'all no snippet. I don't want to give you no snippet of the amount that CYP is going to stand on that mountain. I'm going to rain down a barrage on TBV, the chat, and everybody who has doubted them and talked that shit. I'm about to murder you all. Be prepared. There will be no baiting me. CYP out.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking forward to some of that shit. Like, you know how when Canelo was fighting Bivol, they like, man, this is cherry, man. So I want to see him fight Charlo, Andre, the Mexican monster. Like, so I wanted him to be like, yo, once Charlo wins, I want to see XYZ. Once Charlo wins, they need to put him on a pound for pound. Like, these are the conversations we have about Canelo. Oh, Canelo undisputed. He's on a pound for pound. He's number one. Canelo moved up a division. He's all-time great, top 25. Like, yo, let's boost up what Jermell's about to do. Isn't it only 6 men that done it?
In the 4 belt, yes, sir.
I'm telling you, if this would have been Canelo undisputed like he did last year, and we had all those amazing shows last year, and we'd have had amazing shows this year. It's like, what's going on? Is this man not undisputing?
Yo, so I get what you're coming from, bro, because, like, for me, I'm excited. I've been saying I'm excited.
You don't even look as excited, bro. You was even way more for the Canelo fight. And you, like, it was so much that you was like, oh, wow. At times you was feeling like, damn, should I go to the Canelo fight? I'm feeling like y'all about to do a lot in San Diego. So I don't know that look, obviously I can't feel what you're feeling inside, but on the outside, you don't seem, or at least on camera, you're not acting the way you acted last week. I mean, let's be real. He had the opportunity because he could say what he want, but I said, Danny, if you want to go, I haven't called Maestro. I haven't told him to buy his flight. Like, if you want to go, you can still go. I can easily, email
And I chose
them.
not to go to the fight.
And that shows the excitement because you were
for what we were doing, bro.
But what we were doing was for a Canelo fight.
I get that, bro. But I'm just saying, like, how often are we doing fight chats with who the majority of the boxing people wanted to see Canelo fight next?
I mean, yet again, another indication of how big the Canelo fight was that, our partner went ahead and created that idea because that wasn't our idea.
So
there's no ideas being created here. There's no hysteria. There's no 14 callers in the Discord and 20 on the blog talk. There's not 100 super chats saying that Canelo is not king or Charlo is king.
I'm gonna just put it to you like this: had you told me, yo, we doing this for the Billy Joe fight, I'm sorry, for the Caleb Plant fight. All right, bro, have fun.
What you mean doing what?
What we did last weekend.
You're lying.
Bro, I'm not missing an undisputed fight. Like, undisputed is history. Like, that's historical.
But think about what you just said, because I know you glossed it over. Just think about it. David would have been there with Plant fighting. They still have even more energy. He got energy with both. He had energy with Canelo, and that would have been interesting. I get you what you're saying. I'm not discrediting what you're saying. You're right. It is history, and for you to be part of it, I can see you because I've followed Dan Rafael for years. And every now and then he tweets out like his credential from a fight from 20 years ago. So I get what you're saying. You can one day tweet out or call reference to being at a historic fight, like the reporters that've been at Thriller and Milan. I get what you're saying, but there's still something extremely special about what we did.
No, 100%. You know, I don't even. I truly, I don't even want to talk about Canelo. Like, I just don't. Like, I want to give this fight its respect and, you know, talk about not just this fight, the other fights. Like, I get that we're coming off back-to-back
Even Boots, though, Danny.
No, and that's
like,
what I'm
where's
saying.
that? All this hype that people, Boots is the next. He's going to do this. He's going to do. Like, if you start showing the support for Boots, he might get the fight with Earl and Crawford. They might not vacate. Why? Because they realize, oh, shit, he's a draw. We can make some money. But, like, y'all not even here. Like, y'all not even here. Boots fans are as non-existent as the Castillo-Clayton fans. No one's called in to say Castillo's going to win. And I don't know anybody that said anything about Boots.
But we do have our first guest of the day in
Who's
the
that?
building. Yo, Elvis Gomez.
Is he in the building?
He's in the building.
Oh, snap. Let me pull up that post from my man Joe Elvis.
Yo, Elvis.
I know, but it's spelled Yo Elvis.
Yeah.
Like, Yo Elvis.
Yeah, but you said Joe.
Yeah, like Dominican Joe. Yo, why you always hating, bruh?
Nah.
You and Brandon, grammar police out here, man. Out here gang banging on the alphabet, man. Fall back.
Whoa.
Fall back, man.
Whoa, but yeah, I don't know nothing about that. But in the meantime, is that Swift out the 813?
Is it Swift calling in swiftly? What up? What up?
Swift, what up? Yo. What's good?
Swift. That's that Tampa, man. He on the Tampa side. I'm telling you, shit, cray over there. AT&T didn't work out in Florida, bro. Shit insane. Never heard of AT&T not being good.
We'll come back to you, Swift. J Mac.
Oh, hello.
I'm in the ocean. You say you the big fish. I'm looking for you. Maybe if Spence get his tail out his butt and he'll fight me.
You are watching a master at work.
Baby. When I stop him, y'all gonna say he was too weak. Oh, big in the motherfucker, man. We ain't gonna be able to fire your punk ass out. What you wanna bet on? You can bet 100,000 on that. Let's bet $1 million. I'll break your fucking neck.
J-Mac, New Orleans.
Don't like what I said, nigga? Do something fucking about it. One of the best finishers in the game. Give me the towel. Give me the towel.
SDS Promotion.
Get ready for the back attack.
Yo, good morning.
Buenos dias.
I definitely called in when I heard my name a few times. First of all, I was actually a fan of Bivol and Canelo, so I guess that don't pertain to me. Other callers called in and felt like it was a cherry pick. I have always wanted Canelo to fight Bivol, Benavidez, and Andrade. We go back and listen. I've been real consistent. I actually went as far as saying if Canelo beats Bivol, I would become a Canelo fan. Somebody actually called in and said, yeah, we want one of the twins to join the bandwagon or some shit. I don't know what amnesia or what type of salt you trying to drop in the sea to get somebody to call in. That's not for me, though. Or as Charlo, I don't really fuck with the Charlos like that. So you're not going to hear me calling in and bragging about their fucking fight week. I don't give a fuck about them niggas. I can't wait to see if Castano upset him, to be honest. And for as Castano addressing Spence and say he wants Spence next, why wouldn't Castano say he want the winner of Bud and Spence? That's something fishy going on with the big fish in PBC. That's my call.
All right, we appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Not the same energy, though, man. Not the same energy. I think these calls need some cafe, man. I think they need some cafe. Not the same energy, you know. And when Canelo's fighting, it's like, oh, he's ducking. You know, I just thought I was gonna hear, oh, this is why Canelo's ducking, but that's neither here nor there, because we got Yo Elvis. Even though Bo, you chopped all of his head off, they didn't get to see his face.
Oh.
So, ¿cómo está?
Todo bien, hermano. ¿Ustedes cómo están?
Todo bien. When you get a chance, but yeah, straighten his mic out. So we're gonna do it in Spanish, just so you can. Unless you want to flex your English, it's up to you.
So, little.
Okay.
No, pues lo hacemos en español y si quiere usted decir algo en inglés, pues lo dice en inglés. Pero.
Okay.
So we'll do the interview in Spanish and we'll translate, and then if Elvis wants to throw in some English, more than welcome, obviously.
Well, first and foremost, just let them know. Good morning. Thank you for coming into the studio bright and early and giving us an opportunity to interview you and discuss your career.
No, pues yo antes, gracias por despertar bien temprano, venir aquí a hablar con nosotros y obviamente una gran pelea el fin de semana que viene, el próximo fin de semana. Entonces, obviamente queremos hablar de la pelea un poco y hablar de tu carrera porque estamos oyendo tu nombre bien mucho, ¿verdad?
Sí, así es. Y gracias a ustedes primeramente y no hay problema con el horario.
Yeah, no, he's saying obviously that's how it is. Thank you guys for this opportunity, and we're gonna obviously talk about the fight, talk about him, Ness.
Well, let's start from the beginning. Obviously, I want to know his reason to get in the sport. Most of us believe that if you're a male and you're in Cuba, you have to box. But was he given choice? Is this something that he was drawn to? Why did he get into the sport and how early?
No, pues queremos saber cómo fue que usted encontró el boxeo. Obviamente, mucha de la gente piensa que si uno es cubano y es hombre, que tiene que boxear. Pero, ¿cómo fue la historia para usted y cómo fue que encontró el deporte?
Mi padre, World Champion All-in, World Champion the World.
Fue campeón mundial.
Campeón mundial, olímpico, centroamericano, panamericano, champion.
¿Y cómo se llama él?
José Gómez Mustelier. Y a la vez mi papá ser campeón olímpico, ser boxeador, me decía que mi primer regalo cuando niño fue un par de guantes de boxeo.
Wow.
Entonces, ganó la medalla de oro en la Olimpiada del 80. Wow. Yeah. So, I asked him, obviously, like you said, and that's how he got into sport. He's like, my father was his father was an Olympic gold medalist in middleweight division in 1980. 4-1 on points. And then 2 years earlier, he had captured a second title at the World Championships, followed by a gold medal at the 79 Pan American Games. So obviously his father had a huge influence, being an Olympic gold medalist.
He said that the first gift his father gave him was a pair of gloves.
¿Usted todavía tiene esos guantes que le dio su padre?
No, eso lo tengo en Cuba, pero sí, los tengo en Cuba.
Oh, pero so he said he still has those gloves and stuff in Cuba.
Amazing. Yeah, so obviously, it's something that was deeply rooted from the family. Did he always have, I guess, aspirations or dreams to turn professional?
¿Usted siempre tuvo meta de ser profesional, de no nomás ser amateur, pero...
Sí, siempre tuve meta porque mi papá me decía que iba a ser profesional. Me decía que mi estilo encajaba más en el profesional, que era pegador y que iba hacia adelante.
Yeah, no, the goal was always to be professional. My father always told me, that I had a professional style, come forward, that I was a puncher. So I always had a professional style, and that was that was always the goal.
It's funny that he says that his dad told him he was a puncher. Ask him, we want to know, when did he realize he was a puncher? Because even Rances Bartholomew said, no, yo, Elvis, he's a puncher just like his father.
Aunque su papá le dijo que usted tenía pegada y que tenía estilo profesional, ¿usted cuándo se dio cuenta de eso? Porque cuando nosotros tuvimos aquí a Rances Bartholomew, él nos dijo que usted tenía pegada, que usted era pegador, igual como su papá. Entonces, ¿usted cuándo se dio cuenta de su pegada?
Yo creo que es algo que viene de la sangre. Que es algo que viene de la sangre. Desde niño, siempre por categoría. Para mi categoría daba duro. Pero vine a ver ese proceso con 18, 19 años, cuando empecé que la gente cuando vi que se empezaban a caer la gente.
He's like, look, man, I think it's something in my blood, in my veins. Like, at the end of the day, growing up, each weight category I was in, I was hurting them. But I think I saw it when I was 18, 19, because everybody was going down. They were going down. So I think that's when I saw that.
Let me ask one. Is there anything, I guess, is he holding anything close to the heart, nostalgic, because his dad won a gold medal at middleweight, and is he trying to ensure that he becomes a world champion? I guess, too, following his father's footsteps, if that makes sense? By winning a title where his father won a gold medal in the same division?
¿Hay algo para usted tal vez nostálgico porque su papá ganó la medalla de oro en el peso medio y ahorita usted está en las 154, pero obviamente las 160 sigue? Entonces, ¿hay algo nostálgico para usted porque él ganó la medalla de oro peso medio? Tal vez usted pueda ser campeón del mundo peso medio.
Sí, exacto. Todos están en un proceso peso medio. En algún año estaré ahí a pronto. O mientras que hayan peleas buenas, siempre estaré buscando los mejores retos. I want to fight the best.
He's like, no, look, obviously all of that's part of the goal, but it's a process. It's a process, and at the end of the day, 60 is not far away. I could see myself at 60 next year, but it really just depends on the fights. And obviously you guys heard him say, I want to fight the best.
Since you chose to translate it that way, now I got to double down because a year is around the corner. Does he not see himself win a world title at 54 before moving to 60?
No, dice, pues un año es bien rápido. Tal vez usted no se ve siendo campeón del mundo en la 154 por el peso.
Bueno, yo lo que quiero ser primero en 54 y después next level 60.
Entonces, ¿usted cree que la oportunidad de pelear por el título mundial en la 154 llegue pronto, tal vez en el próximo año?
Sí, no, en un año, en two years.
So he's like, no. He's like, I want to win the title at 54 first. He's like, I want to win the title at 54 first, and then, go get that title at 60. So then I come back and I ask him, like, well, if you said a year, do you think you'll get that title shot, at 54 within the year? And he's like, look, if I don't get the title shot at 54 within the year, then within 2 years, I should be getting that title shot at 54 to be able to move up, to 60.
Okay. I didn't know if you wanted to jump in because I had...
yo quería saber, ¿cuál es su récord amateur?
Mi récord, antes lo apuntaba, pero después lo dejé de perder. Pero sí fueron 230 peleas y 27 perdidas, algo así.
Okay, so 230, dude.
Sí, por ahí.
So I was just curious because obviously Cubans are known for their amateur pedigree. So I asked him what his amateur record was, and he says that he doesn't quite remember the exact number because he stopped really keeping count. But he's like, it was about 230 fights and 27 losses. So about 200 amateur.
Es que en Cuba se pelea mucho amateur. Y no se ve bien la cuenta.
Mm-hmm. He's like, in Cuba, there's so many amateur fights that it's hard to keep up sometimes.
So what I need to ask is, would he be willing to fight his brethren, Islandri Lara, who's the WBA regular? He's already so highly ranked at number 6. Isn't Lara with Salas, though?
Yeah.
¿Lara está entrenando con Salas?
Yeah.
So es una pelea que no puede pasar. ¿Ese es tu amigo? O porque yo nada más te pregunto porque tú estás número 6 en la WBA.
Pero en la 154, Irlanda y Lara está en la 160.
No, they got him, look.
A Lara 60.
You sure that's updated?
Bro.
Let me...
pero Lara World Champion 60.
En la 60, pero es que... Let me check.
Maybe it's an error. But I know he beat Lamana at 60 and he had the regular.
Yeah, look.
Okay.
I'm on their website. They got him regular 60.
All right.
Yeah. No, es que él vio que lo tenía en la 154.
Lo tienen en la 50.
Pero fuimos a la página del WBA y ahí sí lo tienen en la 160, en la 60. Sí. En la 60. Pero a usted lo tiene número 6 en el WBA. O sea, tiene que llegar pelea grande. Obviamente, primero está Jorge Cota el fin de semana que viene. Vamos a hablar de eso porque él es un veterano. Tiene 30 peleas más que usted.
Sí, exacto. Él tiene 30 peleas más que yo en el profesional, pero yo tengo muchas peleas amateur. Y nada, a esperar el sábado a ver que la sorpresa del sábado.
La sorpresa. ¿Sorpresa de quién? ¿De usted o de él?
La sorpresa de la pelea.
De la pelea. So, sí. I asked him, like, you're only 5-0, but you're already number 6 in the WBA ranking. So, obviously, you're looking for that big fight to get you moved up even closer. Obviously, first things first, and Jorge Cota next weekend. I was like, but let's talk about it because Jorge has 30 professional fights more than you. He's like, yeah, he has more professional fights, but I have the amateur fights. So he's like, you know, that doesn't matter. What matters is going to be the surprise of the fight Saturday night. Jorge, aunque ha sido noqueado ya varias veces, pero mucha gente habla de su pegada. 30 peleas ganadas, 27 por vía del knockout. ¿Cuál es algo que usted ha preparado, usted y el profe Ismael Sales, en cuidarse, protegerse de su pegada?
Sí, de todo nos protegemos, porque cualquier golpe se acaba la pelea. Pero él también tiene que cuidarse.
Usted dice que yo también tengo la pegada.
También tiene que cuidarse porque se puede acabar la pelea también de mi parte para él o de él para mí.
He's like, well, I asked him, I was like, look, although Jorge Cota's been knocked out a few times now, regardless, he has 30 wins, 27 via KO. People respect his power to a degree, and I was like, this is obviously your biggest fight to date. What have you and the profe Ismael Sales done to prepare for that, to be careful? Because, you know, he does have power regardless. He's like, look, we prepare for everything. We prepare for everything because at the end of the day, it's a fight. And he's like, but he needs to be careful too because I could end the fight at any moment.
Ask him if he's comfortable giving us his story of getting here to the States.
Néstor pregunta que si usted, que si estaría bien con usted y que si usted está a gusto platicándonos su historia viniendo de Cuba para los Estados Unidos.
Sí, no hay problema.
He says, yeah, no problem.
Todo fue en Cuba hay una competencia que se hace cada un año.
¿En dónde?
En diferentes provincias. Okay. Es una vez al año.
Okay.
Los mejores de la provincia van al campeonato que se llama Playa Girón.
Playa Girón.
Playa Girón.
Okay. Entonces, esto es
¿Qué
en
país
Cuba?
es eso?
Eso es en Cuba.
Ok, en Cuba.
2018.
Ok.
2018. Voy a ese...
Oh, es un año antes de tu tener tu debut.
Exacto. Un año antes de tener mi debut. Y vamos a ese torneo donde ahí doy un KO que el promotor mío me miró ahí. Ahí fue donde el promotor me miró y me dijo, yo lo quiero. Y al otro día...
¿Pero cómo él llega allá?
Él viene de aquí, de Estados Unidos, él va a
¿Pero
Cuba.
es Luis de Cuba que tú dices?
No.
Oh.
Es otro. Aldo Men. Y él va de aquí de Estados Unidos a Cuba.
Mm-hmm.
Va a Cuba. A ver, él va a buscar boxeadores. Va a buscar boxeadores de 20, 21 años, jóvenes. Y escogió a 5. Solo 5 de 200 y pico boxeadores. Y gracias a Dios yo estuve ahí entre esos 5. Y él, esa noche no, la otra noche, 2 días después, me localiza y me llama y ya empezamos a hablar y me dice, mira, yo soy promotor y quiero sacar tu vida adelante, quiero que tú seas boxeador profesional, te puedo llevar hasta Estados Unidos. Y todo lo que me dijo hoy en día lo ha cumplido. Y me quedé así de wow. si mi sueño es ser boxeador profesional, mi papá también me dijo un día que yo iba a ser boxeador profesional. Dije, este es el momento. Yo había rechazado ya 3 contratos. Dije, ahora o nunca.
Espérate. You want to translate till then? Because he just said that up until that point, he had...
Yeah, I got it. Boom. So he says that his story started in 2018. He was at a boxing tournament that occurs in Cuba once a year. So this, at this point, was a year before his professional debut. So he said a promoter from America went to the tournament and saw him and recruited him. He said he was one of 5. So it was just him and 4 others that were recruited by this promoter out of hundreds of boxers at the tournament.
200 boxers.
And he said that after the tournament, the promoter reached out, wanting to turn him pro and get him from Cuba to the U.S. And he's like, look, he's fulfilled. He's like, up to this point, I had turned down 3 contracts, but I knew my time was now. Entonces, síguenos platicando.
No. That's why I wanted you to translate till then. Ask him, why did he turn down 3 contracts?
¿Por qué había sido que había rechazado 3 contratos hasta este punto?
Porque era menor de edad. Yo y mi papá somos muy, como padre e hijo, muy cariñosos. Y él no quería que yo me fuera porque era menor de edad. Y yo iba a una competencia y él no iba, un ejemplo, porque tenía el auto roto. Y él se sentía como que él tenía que ir y él buscaba alguna manera de ir. Y él no quería esa distancia de tanto tiempo. Hoy en día llevo 3 años sin verlo y aún me llora y me dice, tengo ganas de verte, y es algo duro, ¿me entiendes? Por eso es que entiendo ahora por qué es que él no quería que me fuera más temprano.
He was like, no, I had rejected him because I was underage. I was underage at the time, and my father and I were extremely close. And he didn't want me to leave. He didn't want for us to have that distance. And even now, to this day, it's been 3 years since I've seen him, and I call home and I speak to my father, and he cries on the phone telling me how much he misses me. And now I understand why he told me to reject those contracts. Now I understand why he didn't want me to leave, back then.
So ask him, hearing that he cries and that his father, as well cries when they're on the phone, can he explain to us whether or not he's allowed or will be allowed to go back and visit him now that he is a professional fighter and can make a living?
Entonces, ahora que habla usted con su papá, ¿verdad? Que su papá le llora, dice que ya tiene 3 años sin verlo. ¿Usted no puede ir a visitarlo ahora que es profesional?
No, todavía tengo que esperar 1 año más para ir, la verdad, a mi padre. Hablamos todos los días y es lo que me da muchos consejos de toda su experiencia que ha tenido en el boxeo. Me dice la disciplina es importante, algunos ejercicios que él me manda a hacer también y muchas cosas. Hablamos muchas cosas para la pegada también, algunos ejercicios para la pegada y así.
Yeah, no, I still have to wait a year. I still have to wait another year until I am able to go back. But regardless, we do speak every day, and that's what gets me going. That's what keeps me pushing. We speak a lot about the discipline and things that are important to my boxing game, such as certain workouts that may help with my power and such.
Ask him, he said that he has to wait a year. Is that something that he's choosing to do, or is that because he defected, they make you wait 3 years before you can go?
Entonces, porque usted se fue de Cuba, ¿es la razón que tiene que esperar otro año o usted está esperando por otras razones?
No, estoy esperando por estar principalmente legal. Ya estoy legal en este país, pero estoy esperando a que me den mi residencia, tener todos mis papeles
todo
en forma.
En orden.
Exacto, para no tener problemas cuando salga de este país ni viajando. Y así podré verlo a ellos tranquilo y sin problema.
He's like, look, I'm here legally, but I'm waiting to get my residency. Once I get my residency and I get that in order, then I will be able to go back and be able to travel comfortably.
Primeramente, también tengo una hija que la tengo en Cuba, pero quisiera verlo en otro país, no en Cuba, porque hoy en día Cuba es un país que está acabando con nuestro pueblo, con nuestra gente, nos está matando. Algunos cubanos prefieren morirse en cualquier país que en su mismo país.
So he's saying that he also has a daughter in Cuba that he would like to see, but because of the current state of Cuba and how everything is, that he would actually prefer to see his daughter in a different country.
You got to double down because I think when he said that, he didn't mean see her in a different country. I mean, he meant see her living in a different country.
Usted cuando dijo ver a su hija en otro país, usted viviendo en otro país o cuando la pueda ver otra vez visitarla
a otro país que no sea Cuba de momento, porque Cuba es un país deprimido. En estos deprimidos, muchas tragedias, el comunismo que hay, el bloqueo que hay, muchas cosas, ¿me entiendes? Y no estamos de acuerdo mucho con eso. Yo soy uno que no estoy de acuerdo con eso.
So he's like, no, just visit her in a different country. You know, right now, Cuba's in a very depressed state. I don't agree with a lot of their communist ways. And he's like, it's not the safest. So for that reason is why I would want to see my daughter in a different country.
Ask him when he was young, did he sit around? Did he have a friend? Did he think to himself but right before sleep, did he think about turning pro to change his life and his family's life? Or did the pro dream come into his mind later in life when his father talked to him about turning pro?
¿Usted de niño tenía el sueño de ser un boxeador profesional o fue por su papá que quiso ser profesional o viendo
¿Proveza?
Poor, right? Yeah, proveza. La proveza en la que estaba. Esa fue la motivación de llegar a...
Bueno, espera.
No, espera.
¿Tú me entiendes?
Sí. Mira, ¿qué pasa? Cuando tú eres niño te compran todo. Tú no sientes la pobreza. ¿Entiendes? Cuando ahí te lo compra papi, quiero esto, y papá te lo compra, tú no sientes la pobreza ahí. Pero al yo tener una hija, ya yo la sentí. ¿Entiendes?
¿A cuántos años tuvo su hija?
A los 20.
A los 20.
Oh, ok.
A los 20 yo entrenaba. Mi papá solo me decía, no, tú entrenas nada más y yo me encargo de todo. Ahí fue donde yo la sentí. ¿Entiendes? Mi papá se encargaba de mí, de mi mamá, de mi hija, de mi novia, de la casa entera, del carro, de todo, ¿me entiendes?
Wow.
Eran muchos gastos y ella decía, papi, yo también quiero salir adelante y quiero... Me decía, no, tú solo entrena. Hasta que me llegó el contrato y 5 meses tuve que esperar yo para salir de Cuba. Y dije, yo callado, yo sin que nadie se entere. Solo se lo dije a mi papá, hasta ahí, a mi hermana, solo. Yo me jugué la vida para llegar a este país.
He's like, look, you know, when you're a child, you don't feel the poorness because at the end of the day, you're a child. Your parents will buy you what you want, you know, whatever that may be. He's like, I didn't really feel the poorness truly until I had my daughter at 20 years old, because when I had my daughter, I now had to provide for my daughter, but my dad would tell me no. He's like, yo, just focus on training. I'll take care of everything. So I would see my father struggle and have to take care not just of the house, but my mom, my sister, my girlfriend, my daughter, because he wanted me to focus entirely on boxing. He's like, you got to realize I played with my life coming from Cuba to the United States. So it was at that point, he's like, you know, I got the contract. It was at the point of him becoming a father that, you know, he realized, you know, now it's time. And he's like, I got the contract. He's like, I had to wait 5 months to be able to come over. I couldn't tell anybody. Nobody could find out. It was just my immediate family, my mother, my father, my sister.
I need him to explain to the audience why he felt it was important not to tell anybody during that 5-month period what he was doing, just so they can understand the severity of what it is for a Cuban to defect from that country, and why he said that, you know, he gambled with his life to get here.
¿Por qué usted piensa que fue importante durante estos 5 meses que tuvo que esperar para irse de Cuba? Que no le dijera a nadie del contrato, dijo que nomás su mamá, su papá, su hermana. ¿Por qué usted no quiso decirle a nadie más, o fue importante que no le dijera a nadie más?
Es que en Cuba y en todo el mundo hay mucho envidioso. Y si saben tus planes, te pueden hacer cualquier cosa para que se te caiga. Y eso fue mi mentalidad. Dije, callado, voy a seguir mi día, voy a disfrutar a mi familia hasta el día que me vaya.
He's like, look, greed. He's like, there's a lot of greedy people, not just in Cuba, but around the world. So if somebody finds out what your plan is, they may do something to try to ruin that plan. So my mentality was that, and I'm not going to tell anybody. I'm going to enjoy the time that I have with my family. And then when the time comes, the time comes. But, you know, it was people's greed and hatred that I didn't want to tell anybody.
Ask how old was he?
En Cuba, mira, que en Cuba todo el mundo no tiene las posibilidades de salir del país. Y al tú te dan la oportunidad, tú tienes que mantenerte tranquilo, callado. Que lo sepan el día que te vas o después. Pero antes no.
He's like, look, you know, obviously everybody can't leave from Cuba. So when they do find out that somebody's leaving, if you get the opportunity to leave Cuba, you have to be careful. You have to be quiet. And you don't tell anybody until the day of or after you leave, because not everybody gets that opportunity.
Ask him, is the rumor true that it costs $10,000 to come over to the States on a speedboat? Does he know, obviously? Has he heard those stories?
Se oye por ahí que cuesta como $10,000 para poder venir de Cuba aquí a los Estados Unidos vía lancha rápida. ¿Usted sabe de eso?
No.
Ese precio ha cambiado ya.
Sí.
Escuché
y hay varios precios. Depende con quién tú te juntes, con quién tú llegues, contacto, de cuántas personas ha pasado eso. Tú me dices un número a mí, yo te digo otro a ti, y depende, todo varía, ¿entiendes? Pero hay muchos precios, hay muchas cosas. Ahora lo más rápido es la frontera, pero la gente no sabe cuánto han muerto, cuánto se juegan la vida y cuánto siguen en peligro. Y por eso es lo que te digo. Muchos prefieren morirse en el camino que morirse en Cuba por el comunismo que hay.
He's like, look.
Y por eso yo me arriesgué a morirme en el camino y gracias a Dios que llegué a este país.
Porque sabe que cuando llega aquí puede cambiar la vida, no solamente
mi vida
tuya.
para mí, mi familia también, ¿me entiendes?
So he's like, look, I've heard of many different prices. It really just kind of depends who you're talking to. But at the end of the day, people rather die making their way or attempting to make their way into the United States than die in Cuba because of their communist ways. And so Nestor goes on to ask, he's like, because you knew once you got here that your life would change. He's like, not just my life, but my family's life back in Cuba as well.
Yeah, shout out to my man in the chat, said that wasn't a good question until you heard that answer, huh? Now, ask him, what was he doing in 2013? How old was he? And does he remember that year?
El 2013, ¿cuántos años usted tenía y se acuerda mucho de ese año?
2013 sí, yo tenía 14, 15. 14.
Hace 9 años.
14.
14
No, 13, 14 años.
13 años. Entonces,
13 años. En este sí es hoy, 2013, 13 años.
So he's like, if it was exactly today, but in 2013, then 13 years old.
Does he remember that year?
¿Se acuerda usted de ese año? ¿Se acuerda mucho?
Sí.
Anything stick out?
El mundial de GIF. Ahí fue donde participé en el mundial de GIF.
He said that he participated in the
Union.
The World
Union.
World Union, I guess a tournament. Yeah. So he says that's what he remembers from that year.
Being in Cuba, was he able to hear the news that Guillermo Regendao defended his title versus Nonito Donaire on HBO and did a fantastic job that year?
What was the date?
April 13th, I believe.
El 13 de abril del 2013, Guillermo Regendao defendió su título contra Nonito Donaire. ¿Sí se oyó de la pelea allá en Cuba?
Sí. De Regendao y Gamboa se hablaba mucho en Cuba. Todo el tiempo.
¿Pero entre la gente o por la televisión en los noticieros?
Entre la gente. Es que en Cuba hay algunas cosas que te da para ver canales de aquí. Pero hoy en día por internet todo es más fácil. En Cuba en ese tiempo no había internet.
Oh, ¿ustedes tienen internet libre ahí?
No.
Okay.
En Cuba vino a internet ponerlo Obama.
Pero ¿está libre o tiene...?
No, nada.
Entonces, ¿qué se puede ver?
No, pero digo yo, ahora sí tienen.
Ahora hay.
Pero ask them what are the restrictions now that there is.
¿Y qué se permite ver y qué no se permite en el internet ahora en día?
No, ya ahora puedes verlo todo.
¿Todo?
Con tu teléfono. tú compras tu internet y tú puedes abrir lo que tú quieras. Pero el cubano nada más que sabe comunicarse con su familia y usar Face, y Instagram.
So, ¿tú estabas en Cuba usando YouTube?
No, mi papá, es que yo tenía a mi papá me compraba los CD. Mi papá compraba los CD y me ponía a pelear de Lara, de Gamboa, de Rigondeado, ¿entiendes?
Pero no usaba YouTube para encontrar.
No.
¿Eso no existe allá?
No.
Ni con el teléfono.
Ahora es que más o menos estamos utilizando YouTube por la gente, cantante, deportistas que están usando ahora la plataforma de YouTube.
Pero en aquel entonces no existía.
No, para el pueblo no existía. No sé, para la otra gente a lo mejor sí, pero para el pueblo no existía.
I don't know if I'm understanding right, but is he saying... Go ahead.
So this is...
what you're understanding.
Yes. So he's saying that he does remember the Guillermo Rigondeaux versus Nonito Donaire fight being talked about during that time. So I then asked him, I'm like, was it amongst the people, or do you remember seeing things about it like on TV or something? He's like, no, definitely amongst the people, because back then you couldn't see it. He's like, now we have internet, and now you're able to go on the internet and, now they're able to have social media. He's saying now you can go on YouTube, but back then you couldn't. He's like, that the internet didn't come until Obama brought it. And then he's like, that's when we were able to start doing more and more. But back then it was just people talking about the fight. He says that the only way he was able to see fights of a Rigondeaux or, other Cuban fighters back then was his father would buy him like a disc and he would see it via DVD. I'm assuming he didn't say, but he said a disc. So I'm assuming DVD.
So ask him, can his father find this interview in Cuba on YouTube today?
Entonces, ahorita, si usted le dice a su papá que está haciendo esta entrevista, ¿a su papá podría encontrar esta entrevista vía YouTube en Cuba ahorita o no?
Sí. Yo tengo que mandarle el link. Me manda el link.
Y él ya lo abre.
Y él lo abre. Hoy en día es más fácil. Today easy. Pero 10, 9, 8, yeah, back. No.
Okay. He's like, yeah, I would just have to send him the link. He'd open the link. He's like, today it's easier, but he's like 8, 9, 10 years ago, it wasn't.
Wow. So that's great, though. That's great. So his father gets to see all his highlights, all the PBC highlights, so he's got to be super proud.
Mi padre mucho, lo que me enseñó mucho la experiencia del boxeo profesional. Mike Tyson, mi papá fanático de Mike Tyson, su boxeador preferido. Mike Tyson, me ponía mucho video de Mike Tyson y esa agresividad me la pegó.
He's like, look, my father loved Mike Tyson. That was his favorite fighter. He loved his aggression, and that same aggression that Mike Tyson had, and in all those videos my dad showed me, that same aggression stuck with me because he was my dad's favorite fighter.
Ask him as a child in the sport or as a teen in the sport, as an amateur winning tournaments, did he ever know that in America there used to be a stigma that Cuban fighters were not television friendly?
Que si usted de niño, cuando estaba peleando, que si usted sabía que tal vez en aquel entonces que había un pensamiento entre la gente que el boxeador cubano que no es TV friendly.
You could say, I guess, a boxer. Like their mentality is, more Laura, Rigondeaux, hard to hit.
Boxeador más técnico.
Más técnico, pero dice que aquí en los Estados Unidos que no se miraba mucho en la tele, que decía que no, porque no tenía mucho entretenimiento.
Como Rigondeaux, ¿verdad? Él ganó esa pelea, ¿verdad? Con Nonito, pero después, en vez de él ser el campeón mundial y todo el mundo subirlo, HBO no lo quería poner y decía que él era, how you say, boring?
Aburrido.
No le gustaba el intercambio.
Sí, y se dice del boxeo cubano mucho aquí en los Estados Unidos que no hay mucho entretenimiento. Entonces, él pregunta que si usted de niño, que si usted sabía de ese pensamiento aquí en los Estados Unidos.
No. Yo no sabía de ese pensamiento aquí en Estados Unidos. Yo sabía que mi papá me estaba echando y poniéndome ese peso a mí, porque él quería... Mi papá era un boxeador agresivo, ¿entiendes? Mi papá tenía pegada y era agresivo. Y por eso es que él quería que yo tuviera su pegada. Mi papá tiene un récord en Cuba de un knockout en 3 segundos. Y tiene otro en 7 segundos. Y él me decía, yo quiero que tú me rompas mi récord. Y tienes que hacer esto y esto. Y esto es ejercicio. Yo quiero que algún día tú en el profesional me rompas el récord. Me lo dice de acá, ratico me lo está diciendo. Me dice, tú haces eso en el boxeo profesional y tu nombre se pone más arriba.
Exacto.
He's like, look, my father himself was an aggressive fighter. My father has a 3-second knockout, a 7-second knockout. My father always pushed the aggressive style of fighting on me because my father knew, he's like, if you're able to do this in America, then you'll be able to succeed in professional boxing.
And that's the only reason that I asked, because his style is the complete opposite of what the Cuban style stigma is. You know, their stigma is boxer or boxer puncher, not puncher, which is what he is considered. You want to explain?
Mira, en Cuba hay boxeadores que tienen poder y técnica, pero es como una sola cosa, poder
o técnica. Exacto.
Exacto. Pero hay más de técnica que de poder.
Exacto.
Bueno, los que más se ven son los de técnica, porque son 3 asaltos, se acaba rápido. Y prefieren más la técnica, por eso.
Uh-huh.
Pero cuando tú vienes al boxeador profesional, lo que me pasó a mí, que llegué a este país joven, ¿entiendes? Llegué a este país joven, pasé por México, gracias a Dios, pasé por México, que me abrió las puertas. Siempre voy a estar agradecido con México. Le tengo que contar la historia. Eso
es lo que yo quiero, porque yo quiero que la gente sepan lo que tiene que hacer el latino para llegar a este país, para cambiar su vida. Ellos no saben. Entonces, no te dan suficiente
crédito.
Exacto.
So Elvis was saying, he's like, look, I came through Mexico, and I will always and forever be extremely grateful to Mexico for opening their doors. But he's like, I have to tell you guys a story, and that's when that's just saying, he's like, I want you to tell the story so we can be able to explain to the public the struggle and everything you have to go through as a Latin to get into this country. So,
mira, todo empezó así. Ya te conté lo de torneo en Cuba y 5 meses después.
Sí. Uh-huh.
Bueno, 5 meses después, un 10 de mayo, yo salgo rumbo a Nicaragua.
Okay.
Ese fue un día para mí muy duro, porque yo sabía lo que iba a hacer y estaba arriesgando mi vida. Ya yo sabía lo que iba a hacer. Mi familia iba a estar tiempo sin verlo. Hoy en día llevo 3 años. Pero todo es por un sacrificio. Ya a los 2 días, 3 días yo de estar lejos de mi familia, me puse así, mi familia, ay, te extrañamos, ya, ¿cómo tú te sientes? El tratamiento, ¿cómo hay? Y yo, bien, todo bien. Estuve en Nicaragua 2 meses y medio. Iba a debutar ahí. Era yo y 3 compañeros más. Y un entrenador. Pero el entrenador sí vivía aquí en Estados Unidos. Y yo dije, wow, nos están apoyando. ¿Me entiendes? Nos están apoyando desde aquí de Estados Unidos hasta allá, hasta Nicaragua. Hay apoyo, vamos, hay que salir adelante. Hay la familia, hay que salir adelante. Todos tenemos que salir adelante. Soy un muchachito joven, tengo 21 años y voy con todo. ¿Entiendes? Y fue pasando 2 meses y medio en Nicaragua, no pude pelear, no nos dejaron debutar. Yo, ok. Brincamos la frontera a Honduras, tremendo problema ahí. Lluvia, sudor, los maletines, le querían quitarnos la ropa, querían quitarnos el dinero, querían quitarnos todo, pero uno se pone fuerte. ¿Sabes cómo es el latino? Hay que guapear, hay que quitarnos el dinero y más que uno es bolseador, uno no se puede dejar ir a las manos, ¿sí?
Pero tú estás hablando caminando la frontera.
Caminando la frontera, no teníamos coyote, no teníamos nada. Era
¿Sin coyote?
Sin coyote.
What the fuck?
Los coyotes éramos nosotros mismos.
Pero ¿cómo? Si tú pagaste, el promotor no pagó.
Sí.
Pero ¿cómo te va a pagar la entrada sin coyote?
Sí, pero nosotros le decíamos, mira, es mucho dinero que nos estaban pidiendo. ¿Sabes que eran $5,000 por persona? Porque a veces éramos 5. Decían, nada.
Entonces, ¿quién le está pidiendo el dinero?
Los coyotes. Y nosotros decíamos, no, espérate. Esto es fácil.
Fácil, pero tú puedes estar ya dando vueltas de noche.
Mira. Para nosotros decíamos que era fácil porque nunca habíamos pasado eso, ni sabíamos lo que era eso, ¿me entiendes? Sí. Y uno decía, no, es fácil. Pero cuando tú estás metido en el hueco, en la candela, es que uno dice, wow, no es fácil como uno pensaba.
Claro que
Porque
no.
está la policía que quiere dinero, está el coyote que quiere dinero, está el que si tú le preguntas quiere dinero, está el otro que quiere dinero. Aquí todo el mundo quería dinero. Y te digo una cosa, con $900 de Nicaragua hasta Guatemala, hasta la ciudad de Guatemala. Y te voy a decir cómo fue.
¿Con cuánto dinero?
Con $900.
$900.
Con $900 porque...
Déjalo que traduce.
So, it's a lot. He said, so I've told you the story up to where I had to wait 5 months to be able to leave Cuba. So after those 5 months, ¿en qué año fue que se fue? En el 2019.
2019.
So he said after those 5 months, on May 10, 2019, I left out to Nicaragua. He's like, I was risking my life. He said I was there for about 2.5 months. It was me, 3 other fighters, and a trainer. And he's like, honestly, I was excited because they were helping me from the U.S. to be able to leave Cuba. Now I'm in Nicaragua, and he said that during this time he was excited because he was supposed to turn pro there. You know, but 2.5 months in, they didn't let him turn pro. So he leave. He was like, I was 21. He's like, they didn't let me turn pro. So I left to Honduras, but he's like, we found trouble when we got there. He's like, everybody was asking for money, from the cops to it's coyote. I mean, I know what it is in English, but obviously that's not the literal translation.
Well, coyote is coyote, but
Yes.
coyote for Spanish people means the person that guides smuggles you through the trafficker. Trafficker.
Yeah, so
Fucking,
a coyote in Spanish is basically a trafficker, a smuggler that you pay to get you into the country. So he said that not just were they asking for another 5,000
per person, and it was 5 people.
And he was like, but they were also, it wasn't just them. He's like, it was also the police. So he said, he's like, yo, I'm a fighter, I'm a man. He's like, I couldn't just let them, walk through me. I had to say, fuck it, we'll just do it on our own. And so he was he's like, fuck it, it's easy. We'll just do it on our own. Obviously, we didn't know what came with it. It really wasn't easy, but they did walk and cross the border. And now he's about to explain to us how he got to Guatemala with only $900.
Wow. Ya, mira. Nicaragua, Honduras. Honduras, wow. Yo veía todo. Sí, wow. Hay peligro. Tú ibas a un lugar y tú sientes la presión de cuando hay peligro.
Wow.
Y lo noté porque pasamos muchas fronteras, muchos lugares donde la policía nos asaltó.
La policía te asaltó.
La policía me asaltó.
So, tiene que esconder el dinero de alguna manera.
Exacto, había que esconder el dinero en los zapatos, en el short, en los brazos, en donde sea había que esconder el dinero. Y así fue, la policía nos asalta y nos dice, queremos $500 por cada uno. Nosotros decimos, wow, es mejor venir de Cuba a trabajar aquí con ustedes y hacemos más dinero. Cada persona que pasa $500, ¿cuántas personas nos pasan por aquí diario?
Y tú no tienes ni garantía que 100 pies más adelante te van a cobrar otro policía.
Es lo que le decía. Yo salía de ese policía y venía otro policía, 500 más. Yo decía, no, ya. Hasta que tuvimos que ponernos fuertes. Y te digo, con $900 hasta Guatemala. Mira, pasamos Honduras.
Pero necesito que me explique qué es lo que es ponerse fuerte con un policía.
Ok.
¿Cómo? Porque yo estaría asustado que él me va a emposar y llevarme y decir, no, esto es ilegal.
Sí, exactamente. Ellos cogen y te precisan, te amenazan. Era un policía así. Policía. Así, bro. Así, wow.
Oh, man.
Y nosotros... No, $500. Así, pero tenía una pistola que lo ponía así. ¿Entiendes?
Yes.
Y él jugaba con la pistola, él nos hacía así. $500, $500, $500.
Wow.
Y es un abuso. Y tenía 8 policías más atrás de él. Que tenían AKM, tenían todo ahí diciendo, no, $500. Entonces, el taxi nos estaba esperando. Nos estaba esperando para llevarnos. Y le dije al taxi, si quieres puedes irte. Cuando él dijo, si quieres puedes irte, el taxista dije, wow. se puso feo y hay que virar para Nicaragua. Pero no.
¿Y el taxista se fue?
No.
Oh.
Gracias a Dios que el taxista no se fue. Para mí que el taxista vio que era un abuso y se quedó. El taxista para mí que vio que sí era un abuso de verdad y se quedó. Y el taxista nos ayudó porque nos dijo, hey, apúrate oficial, que ya tenemos que irnos. Apúrate policía, que tenemos que irnos ya. Y el tipo decía, puedes irte. De $300 le bajamos a 20 pesos. Ahí hablando y hasta que ya nos dijo, váyanse. Ese fue el primero. 20 minutos más de carretera por el monte, fango, en el carro. Nos paró de nuevo la policía.
Damn.
Entonces de 500
a 20 pesos.
A 20. Y luego a los 20 minutos dice...
A 20 minutos en carretera, en el carro, nos para de nuevo otra policía. Pero a ese sí se lo aplicamos, porque ya dijimos, nosotros no podemos perder. Le dijimos, mira, no tenemos dinero, somos bolseadores, te vamos a decir la verdad, estamos mirando, venimos de Cuba, no tenemos dinero, ya nos han quitado todo el dinero atrás. Lo que nos hace falta seguir adelante. ¿Y cuánto usted está pidiendo? No, 300 pesos, ok, tranquilo.
Dame un segundito ahí.
Okay. So he says that up to this point, so let's remember he had got to Honduras. So he said that in Honduras, he really felt the danger. He's like, I kept saying, wow. He's like, police kept bullying us, assaulting us. So we had to hide our money because they kept asking $500 from each of us. And $500 from each of us.
U.S. dollars.
U.S. dollars. He said they were threatening us. Police were coming. He's like, police were coming up to my chest. They were only as tall as my chest. He's like, but they had a gun. So obviously...
That made them a lot bigger.
They made him a lot bigger. And he's like, it was one cop messing with us, but he had his backup, 8-9 cops behind him, just ready. And he said, thankfully, that the taxi driver had showed up during that time. And he says that he believes that the taxi driver saw what was going on, saw that the cops were fucking with them, and the taxi driver actually rushed the police into letting them go. So he says that that they were able to talk the police down. They were asking $500 from each of them, talked them down to $20. But then 20 minutes later, they get stopped again. And this time they explained to the cops what was going on, that they're boxers, and got straight to it. Like, all right, this was going on. We ain't got no money. How much you looking for? Dino.
Bueno, 300. Entonces nos estaba pidiendo 300. Y le dijimos, fácil, al taxista no va a llevar a la Western Union y este va a regresar el dinero hacia atrás, porque ellos trabajan ahí. Todo eso es un círculo. Y después dice, ok. Tuvimos que hacer ejercicio de bolseo y todo para que vea que éramos bolseadores.
What? That's crazy.
Tuvimos que bajarnos del carro y hacer ejercicio de bolseo y defensa y tirar golpes. Y dije, wow, para que él supiera que éramos bolseadores.
Wow.
Y me pasó una parte. Traduce.
He said, so finally the cops tells us that he's looking for $300. So he's like, we tell him, look, no problem. We'll go to the Western Union and the taxi driver will bring you the money back. He's like, because you got to understand, it's all a big cycle. He's like, everybody, it's all a big cycle. Everybody's working with each other. He's like, but we had to work out for them to show them that we were actually boxers. We had a shadow box, throw feints, jab, to show that they were indeed boxers.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Mira, me pasó una parte. En la parte de Nicaragua tuvimos que brincar en caballo.
¿En caballo?
En caballo.
¿Tuvieron que cruzar la frontera en caballo?
En caballo.
Wow.
Era un
¿De
día,
Nicaragua para dónde?
Para Honduras.
Para Honduras.
Era un día lluvioso.
Oh, man.
El caballo metía el pie y el fango lo enterraba. Y en medio camino, los coyotes dicen, vamos a cobrar de aquí ahora.
Oh, man.
So, he was saying, y es donde le está pidiendo otros $5,000, ¿verdad? Fue allí donde
ahí.
Okay, so he was saying that he forgot to mention the part when they actually crossed from Nicaragua to Honduras. He said we were by horseback. It was raining. He's like, and I'm thinking we're gonna cross, and then that's when we stopped, and the coyotes or the smugglers asked for an extra $5,000, and it was at that point that he.
But wasn't he saying that that's where the river is, and you had to cross on the horse because of how deep it was, right?
Oh, por eso fue que cruzaron caballo por el río.
No.
What he was saying when he was like, what he said?
Pero usted dijo que estaba lloviendo.
Un día lluvioso.
And something got covered or
Sorry. Era un día lluvioso y los caballos caminaban, pero no podían caminar. Imagínate una persona, si un caballo no puede.
Por el lodo.
Por el lodo.
Oh,
lodo.
he said that when they were crossing, that they were on horseback, but it was raining so much that the horses could barely even walk because of how much mud that there was. He's like, so imagine if a horse can't walk through it, imagine a human being.
Había que ir por el caballo obligado. ¿Entiendes? Pero estaban pidiendo mucho dinero. Uno nos miramos así. Crazy. Crazy. $5,000. No, después, ok. 500.
Damn.
Wow.
Le quitaron un cero.
De 5,000 a 500. Es robo.
Yeah.
Ok. En el medio de los caballos de transcurso, había uno que tenía un machete.
Ok.
Un machete, como que él era el líder. Él era el líder.
Ajá.
Eran como 7 caballos. Empezamos a discutir ahí mismo. Y yo estaba atrás del machete, dije, wow. Yo estaba atrás desde el machete, dije, wow. Aquí tengo que golpear yo rápido antes que me saquen el machete.
Sí.
Pero todo se arregló y el líder era buena persona que dijo, no, tranquilo. Páguennos $25 cada uno. Pero, no, negocio, business.
No,
business.
no, es que si te deja sutar, te quitan todo el dinero.
Y te quedas viviendo ahí mismo con ellos.
Diablo, man.
Mira. Pero hay que darle gracias también, porque son buenos. Son buenas personas. Lo que es como todo, es un negocio.
Sí.
Entonces,
déjalo traducir un poco.
Okay.
He's like, look, they were asking for too much money at first. They started from 5,000. This is the smugglers, right? Started from 5,000. Then they went to 500. He's like, but in reality, they were just trying to rob us. They were just trying to take our money. He's like, in the middle of it all the horses, he's like, the leader of the smugglers, he's like, I realized he had a machete. He's like, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking I got to get my punches off first before he could even get to his machete. So I had to be cautious. He's like, but I realized it's a business. They're just trying to make their money. He's like, so even though they are smugglers, they're just trying to make their money. And it got to the point where they started from 5,000, got down to $25.
They went 5,500. All right, give me 25.
De 5,000 a 500 a $25.
A 26, exactamente.
So usaron los caballos.
Pero los caballos. Y entonces, terminamos con los caballos, hicimos un negocio. Él nos dice, no, ok, lo vamos a dejar aquí, en el medio, y tienen que caminar ustedes.
Oh, man.
Por 25 pesos nosotros lo llevamos hasta aquí. Es un negocio. Y nosotros, ok, no hay problema. Y nos vieron caminar y...
Le dio el corazón.
Y le dio el corazón y nos dijo, no, tranquilo. Y nos ayudaron.
¿En qué forma?
Hasta donde ellos podían.
Okay.
Hasta donde ellos podían. Porque no podían pasar el límite, porque era otro país ya, que si no es como una pelea. Ellos tienen su línea.
Sí.
Hasta su línea nos ayudaron y nos dijeron, mira, brinquen el río. Yo pensé que era un río. Oye, el río bravo. Un río seco. Piedra.
Oh.
Mira, caminen y cojan por ahí y sigan recto.
So he was like, look, once we paid them $25, they told us, like, this is it. This is up until the point we can help you. So we're like, fuck it. We just started to walk. But I think it hurt their heart seeing us walk. So they helped us up until they could, which was the border. But even once we got to the border, they explained to us where to cross. And he's like, they told us we had to go through a river. I get to the river, I'm thinking it's going to be water. He's like, it's a dry river. But they explained to us and told us, what to do and where to go. Y de ahí...
De ahí es cuando nos coge el policía hondureño. La cosita que no
okay. Entonces, ya
bueno, seguimos.
Sí.
Ya le conté la parte del policía.
Sí.
Seguimos. Cogemos un autobús. Estos fueron noches, días, horas.
Pero ¿cómo
minutos.
tú te sientes? ¿Te sientes asustado, miedoso porque tú no estás en ese país o tú ask him, does he blend in well, right? Because in Honduras there's people his complexion and in Guatemala too.
Latinoamérica complexion.
Dice que si So you
like, is he fearful? Like, oh my God, I'm from Cuba, they're gonna know, or does he feel like, nah, I blended in pretty well because?
Que si usted tenía miedo estando allí porque siendo de Cuba, que si iban a poder distinguir que este
Sí.
es cubano, no
Ok, ok.
hondureño.
Yo no tenía miedo, pero sí tenía mi
reserva.
Porque yo siempre me estaba riendo para relajarme. Porque si no me reía, no tenía que fajarme.
¿Cuántos días ese how many days was that trip? ¿Cuántos
días fue el viaje?
Completo.
Pues a este punto ahorita estamos en Honduras.
Llegando a Guatemala, ¿no?
Guatemala.
Mira, en Honduras la pasé fea.
Pero entonces, ya, porque se fue de Cuba, 2 meses y medio en Nicaragua.
Exacto.
Y luego en Honduras. Y ahora en Guatemala. Entonces, para llegar nomás a Guatemala, ¿cuánto tiempo?
Fue 3 días. 3 días, pero sin comer.
Wow. Nada,
agua.
De Honduras.
Agua y bueno, imagínense que estuvimos 2 días detenidos en Honduras porque teníamos que tener un salvoconducto que había que comprarlo que valía 983, no, más. No, se me olvidó el precio, no sé cuánto, pero sí era caro.
Translate.
¿Qué fue lo que compró por 900?
Un salvoconducto para poder para seguir caminando.
Salvoconducto.
Que es como un papel que está legal en el país.
Oh, okay. Como tipo visa. Como tipo visa. So he was saying that making the journey from Honduras to Guatemala was about 3-4 days. He said no food, just water. And he was saying that the reason for that was because they had to spend over $900 to purchase basically a visa in order to be considered in that country legally. So now we're talking Guatemala. Entonces, síguenos platicando.
Y seguimos, ahí esperamos un bus que valía 30 pesos por persona.
Ok.
Después,
¿Pesos o dólares?
Dólares. ¿Pesos? ¿Dónde tú estás?
Pero no estamos en Honduras.
En Honduras.
Guatemala. Oh, no.
Guatemala.
Honduras.
So basically he said he was, being directed, it was $30 US, not pesos, Honduran or Guatemalan or anything crazy.
Peso es para el pueblo, para que no sea el pueblo de peso, pero en dólares. Y continuamos. Llegamos a Guatemala, me acuerdo. Wow. Montaña, sube montaña, escala, montaña. Un coyote, $50. Oh, ¿por qué? What? $50. What? $50. Ok. 50. Ahí sí lo damos porque nos queríamos quedar en Guatemala a debutar. ¿Entiendes? Y ahí sí nos relajamos un poco. Ok, seguimos. Pero montaña, ya no podíamos con los maletines. No sabía lo que era una travesía. Andaba con maletín, con mochila, Pensé que iba a viajar en avión, imagínate.
Ay, Dios mío. So, tú tienes maleta y todo.
Maleta y todo teníamos. Yo no sabía lo que era una travesía.
¿Botaste?
Todo.
¿Lo botaste?
Todo.
¿En el camino?
En el camino En el camino, como mismo tú botabas, te ibas a encontrar cosas mejor que la tuya, porque todo el mundo no podía con todo eso, ¿me entiendes?
He was saying that when he got to Guatemala, he remembers all the mountains, and he's like, yo, I got all my luggage, and he's like, I just kept climbing. He's like, I was under the mindset or the impression that I was gonna be flying. So I got my luggage. He's like, I just had to let the shit go as we went along. But he's like, you got to realize many people are making this journey. No, people can't carry their shit. He's like, so even though I was leaving my stuff behind as I was making my journey, as I was going, I would find more stuff along the way because people before me had left shit behind too. So he's like, it didn't really matter. And he said during the journey, he came across a coyote or a smuggler who was asking $50, and he was like, look, the only reason we were willing to pay it was because we actually wanted to stay in Guatemala to be able to turn pro.
Gracias a Dios, llegamos a Guatemala y íbamos en un taxi. Íbamos y decía, rela. Se tienen que pasar el primer policía. Son 5 policías. Si pasamos los 5 no hay problema. Casualidad que el último nos para. Pero el taxista le hace cambio de luces. Cambio de luces es para que nos pare, que significa que lleva a unos extranjeros. ¿Entiendes? Pero yo me doy de cuenta y le digo, ¿por qué tú haces cambio de luces? Y ahí mismo el policía nos para y nos dice, no sé, no hay problema. Y digo, ok. Entonces vamos a aplicarle la misma que aplicamos la vez pasada, de que vamos a la Western Union, y después le regresa el dinero. Y tuvimos que hacer bolseo de nuevo, enseñar los guantes, enseñar el chol.
Y en realidad le mandan el Western Union, el coño su madre.
Sí, no habían para seguir avanzando.
Holy
¿Me
shit.
entiendes?
Entonces,
pero no. Ahí ya eran los últimos, ya lo que nos quedaba ahí eran como 70, 80 pesos, dólares en la mano lo que nos quedaban ahí. Ya habíamos gastado todo el dinero. Habíamos comido. Y subiendo montañas y fronteras y pero de mucha fuerza por los maletines y todo, ¿me entiendes? Habíamos comido. Y el policía nos estaba pidiendo 50 pesos por cada uno.
Y nada más
200.
tienen 80 cada uno.
70, 75, 80 dólares. No, en total.
Oh, ¿en total?
Te estoy diciendo que son 900 dólares en total, no cada uno.
Oh, shit.
900 dólares en 5.
Yo pensé que tú tenías $900.
No.
En la historia completa, yo pensaba que tú tenías 5,000, él tenía 5,000.
Mira, en la historia completa, él tenía 20, él tenía 20, yo tenía 20, aquel tenía 25 y el profesor tenía lo demás. Por si se nos acaba, después nos volvía a repartir. Mira, coge tu 20 en billetes de a 20 y de a 5, 20 y así.
Translate.
So he was saying that the $900 and some change that they had was all together. This whole time I'm thinking he got 900. He's like, so at this point in their trip, when they get to Guatemala, this cop's asking for $50 from each of them. He's like, we're down to our last $70, $80. And we're like, well,
total.
You. And he's like, no, everybody, total. So, entonces ahí, ¿qué fue lo que ocurrió?
Nada, ya cuando estuvimos ahí con el policía que le enseñamos que éramos bolseados y todo, le dijimos, mira, no, ahora mismo nos entró un mensaje que nos va a llevar un dinero. Ya no tenemos dinero. Cuando estemos ahí en la Western Union, te regresamos el dinero le pagamos al taxista y le regresamos el dinero de ustedes con el taxista.
¿Y él lo creyó?
Él lo creyó.
¿Y ustedes lo hicieron?
No nos dio tiempo.
No nos dio tiempo. So he said that he's like, yo, we did the same shit we did last time out. We told the cop that, look, this all we got, which was true. That's all we had. But we told them we got some money coming in. We had a shadow box and showed them that we was actually boxers. We told them we're going to go to the Western Union. We're going to get this money. We're going to pay the taxi driver, and then the taxi driver will bring you your money back. So they believed it. So Ness asked, he's like, so did you guys do it? He's like, nah, we ran out of time.
We didn't have time.
No tiempo.
But it was cool, too. It was crazy because he said that he noticed that so they had
the taxi driver fucking hit the lights.
So he flashes his high beams at the cops to let them know I got tourists, and that's when the cops put him over. Pedino.
Yeah.
He being the taxi driver who was driving him, it was all a fucking setup. You know, the taxi driver waits for the last cop, flashes light indicating that he has some Cuban immigrants in the car. The cop pulls him over and presses him for money.
El problema era que ya no teníamos dinero y ese dinero era para comer. Éramos 5 personas para comer con ese dinero y no sabíamos en Guatemala cómo estaba el dinero ni nada, ¿me entiendes? Y Guatemala es un país caro. Con 75, 80 pesos tú podías comer el mediodía, pero en la noche tú no ibas a comer. ¿Entiendes? Y llegamos a la Western Union, serio, llegamos a la Western Union, pero había un camión que nos decía, cubano, vámonos. Ya, íbamos para la Western Union y el camión nos dijo, vámonos. Y eso fue algo, entonces bajándonos del taxi, íbamos a entrar a la Western Union y es como si nos estuvieran esperando. Era como
¿Pero
si,
qué camión fue ese?
Un camión que había ahí, había llegado junto con el taxi.
Te estaban dando un
y nos
ride.
montamos. Y esa persona se comportó de lo mejor.
Wow.
Esa persona del camión, mira, nos dijo lo que teníamos que hacer. Bueno, ya con esa persona nos llevó a comer. Todo hizo esa persona, gracias a Dios.
Sin pedirle un centavo.
Sin pedirle nada. Solamente le dijimos que éramos cubanos. Él ya sabía el proceso.
Claro que sabe lo que hay.
Todo. Y nos dijo, wow, en serio, son cubanos, vienen de emigrar y todo, espérense. Y nos llevó a comer.
¿En su casa? ¿O un restaurante?
No, a un restaurante. Nos llevó a comer, nos sentó, nos dijo, relájense, tranquilo, que ya ustedes no tienen problema. Ahora yo lo voy a dejar en un lugar donde otro carro lo va a montar y lo voy a dejar donde ustedes quieran. Y ahí eso fue.
Yo sé que tú recién has llegado, si tú no vio esta película, pero esto suena como una película que se llama Maria Full of Grace. You ever seen that, Danny?
No.
Ella cruza la frontera, pero go ahead.
No, dijo que oyendo la historia que le recuerda de una película. What was it called?
Maria Full of Grace.
María llena de gracia. Pero so he said that at this point, once again, so he's like, yo, we were down to our last $70, $80. We needed the money to eat. And the food was actually pretty expensive. You might have, enough for one meal, but not for everything. So he said that at this point, they get to that Western Union. Mind you, the cop is waiting on the money. And the reason they didn't have time was because when they got there, that there was a bus at a bus stop and that they called out for the Cubans. So they turn around, they hop on. And he said that the person was very great, very helpful, that they treated them very, very well, fed them and helped them get across and everything, even set up a car to take them wherever they needed to go.
Ok, y seguimos y llegamos al lugar. Gracias a esa persona que nos ayudó. Que somos seres humanos. Al final llega, el dolor llega, ¿entiendes?
Cuando
he's like, we're extremely grateful for that person that helped us because at the end of the day, we are human beings and seeing somebody struggle does hurt. The pain does hurt.
Ask him when in this journey or when in his life did he know he would sign to Louis de Cubas and be with Al Heyman?
¿A qué punto fue que usted supo que iba a firmar con Louis de Cuba y con Al Heyman?
Bueno, a ese punto todavía no lo sabemos porque tenemos que entrar a México todavía. No hemos entrado, por eso no puedo abrir
he
para
said
allá.
he ain't got to that point in the story yet, and they still got to get to Mexico, so you gotta. Entonces,
México, y ya llegamos a Guatemala, debuté.
Debutó en Guatemala.
Oh, espera. 2-3 días de ¿cómo se llama? De
viaje.
De viaje por frontera. Y esa misma noche, Gómez a pelear.
¿Qué?
Gómez pelea. Fight today.
Después de 3 días de viaje.
Después de 3 días de viaje. Llegando yo con la maleta todo cansado. Así,
¿El mismo día pelea o
el mismo día, en la misma noche?
¿Y peleaste?
No, gracias a Dios, el contrario se fue.
Wow.
El contrario, nos dimos la mano. Ya 10 minutos para subir a pelear. Yo me estoy cambiando, poniéndome la zapatilla. Y el contrario se fue.
Yo, explain.
Yeah, wow.
That's
crazy. So he said that after the 2-3 days of traveling to Guatemala, the day he gets there, he gets a call for a fight in Guatemala. And he's like, I'm all exhausted. We just got done traveling. And he's like, so I took the fight, but as I'm getting ready, 10 minutes before the fight, I'm ready to fight, I'm getting dressed. He said that right before the fight that the opponent left. So he ended up not fighting, but he did debut in Guatemala. Entonces, de
los 4 que andaban conmigo, 2 sí debutaron esa noche.
Oh, entonces
Sí, 2. Yo puedo buscar en borrar el día que ve exactamente, porque ese mismo día que yo llegué fue...
No, yo lo tengo aquí.
Fue el día que yo peleé.
No, but how would you know?
He wants his debut date.
No, he's saying their debut date because that would be the day that they got to Guatemala, because he's saying that 2 of the fighters that were in on the journey actually did make their professional debut the very same day that they got to Guatemala.
Yeah.
Aquí dice que tú hiciste tu debut en agosto 31.
Sí, eso fue 2
meses después.
2 meses, no, o un mes después. Un mes creo después, pero mira, my friend debutó el 27, mira.
Sí, porque ellos ponen el mes después del día. Año, mes, día.
So el 27 de julio. So it was July 29th.
So the month before.
I'm sorry, July 27th, 2019. The day they got there, which his friend did debut, and turned pro that day. So he turned pro a month later. Entonces, un mes después, el 31 de agosto, usted debuta.
Yo debuto en una pelea en una... ¿Cómo se llama? En un show que hicieron.
Okay.
De bolseo.
Ajá.
Y me dijeron, no, para que debutes aquí. Ya debutamos y a los 3 días nos fuimos.
¿Pero no te pagaron?
Sí.
Oh, okay.
Sí. Nos pagaron, pero a los 3 días nos fuimos.
Y ahora para México. So he said, I made my professional debut, got paid, and 2-3 days after his professional debut, they left to Mexico. Entonces, ahora platícanos cómo fue en México?
La entrada de México estuve 9 meses en Tapachula sin entrenar, sin nada. 9 meses.
¿Sin entrenar?
9, 10 meses.
¡Wow! ¿Dónde estuvo? ¿Haciendo qué? ¿En México?
Tapachula.
¿En México?
Eso es la frontera.
¿Haciendo qué?
No podía salir de ahí. Tenía que esperar los papeles. Y si me iba, me podían deportar. Y dije, wow. Y en Tapachula no se podía... la WBC o no dejan pelear profesional ahí. O sea, íbamos a los gimnasios, matábamos a la gente a los piñazos, rompíamos los costales y nos botaban. Nos botaban. ¿Quieren seguir entrenando? Traían los costales, traían un ring y siguen entrenando, pero no. Y nos botaban de aquí.
So he said that in the border town that he was in when crossing to Mexico, that he spent 9 to 10 months there. He's like, I couldn't train, couldn't fight. That they actually wouldn't sanction professional fights there, and that when they would try to train and go to gyms, that they would either fuck up the fighters or fuck up the equipment from how hard they were hitting, that they would kick him out of the gym. So he spent that time waiting to get his paperwork to be able to be there, so he wouldn't get deported from Mexico. And during that time was not able to train. Entonces fue más de un año de su debut a su segunda pelea. Obviamente nos acaba de decir que tuvo 10 meses sin entrenar.
Sí, estuve 10 meses sin entrenar. Después tuve que esperar 4 meses más para volver a pelear. Gracias a México. Siempre estoy agradecido con México y con la bandera de México y con mis paisanos, mi raza mexicana. ¿Por qué? Porque después de 9, 10 meses de estar sin pelear, el gimnasio Miura, que siempre lo tengo en mi corazón, gimnasio Miura, son mi familia, me abrió la puerta para que yo volviera a entrenar. Me dijeron, tú eres el entrenador, tú no eres el boxeador. Imagínate, pesaba casi 200 libras. 200 libras casi, pesaba 10 meses sin entrenar y comiendo. Y
¿Tú sabías que tú podías bajar de nuevo?
Yo te digo
bajar
la verdad,
a este peso.
Te digo la verdad, ya no quería boxear más. Pero siempre pensé en mi papá, en mi mamá.
¿Y en esos 10 meses tú estabas en comunicación?
Sí, comunicación, pero era duro la comunicación.
Tu papá estaba enfogonado.
Imagínate que todos los días mi mamá me pregunta por el peso. Y yo le decía, no. Otro día te digo. Y me decía, te veo la cara gorda. Y así, ¿entiendes? Y fue un proceso duro. Donde tuve que bajar casi 37 libras y media tuve que bajar para poder pelear.
Danny, we're gonna have to allow you to translate, but we might have to get
do a
him
part
back.
two.
Yeah, part 2.
So obviously, like he was saying, when he was in that border town, it was about 9-10 months of waiting. He finally is able to be in Mexico legally. So at this point, he does start to train, but all that time of no training, he says that when he finally walked into a gym that opened their doors, that they thought he was a trainer and not the fighter because he ballooned up to 200 pounds. And he said that he's like, look, I'm talking to my dad, and every day my dad's asking me about weight, and I'm trying to play it off, and I'll tell you tomorrow. But my dad's pointing out that he notices the weight gain in my face, and I truly didn't want to fight. I had to lose nearly 40 pounds in order to be able to fight, and it was a really tough time. Yo, Elvis, mira, tenemos que parar la entrevista porque sí tenemos a alguien que ya tiene rato esperándonos, pero te tenemos que traer para acá porque...
Pasa la parte 2.
Necesitamos una parte 2. Mire, estamos bien agradecidos con usted y pues gracias por venir aquí y platicarnos la historia.
Y creo que es súper importante que, tú sabes, que la gente sepan la historia y que sepan.
Pero
mira, yo estoy
sepan
viendo ahora, porque esto es en vivo,
Sí.
yo estoy viendo ahora que la gente está diciendo, él tiene un fanático nuevo en mí, yo no sabía que su historia era tan difícil. Él no puede estar asustado de pelear si ha pasado por todo eso. Tú sabes, esas son cosas que yo pienso que el público necesita saber, porque que ustedes, los cubanos, como tú dices,
los cubanos y los latinos, nosotros los latinos, es que somos todos latinos, queremos estar en un país mejor, queremos ser libres, ¿me entiendes? Y queremos salir de la pobreza, ¿me entiendes? Y queremos tenerlo todo, ¿me entiendes? O lo que se pueda tener. Y es duro. La gente lo ven ya aquí que es fácil, pero es duro.
Es que no saben del esfuerzo, lo que es el esfuerzo.
Lo que es dejar la familia atrás.
Es lo que yo le estaba diciendo. Mi papá se fue de México a los 13 años.
Wow.
9 veces lo cacharon. Tratando de cruzar. Fue hasta la 10ª vez que pudo cruzar. Y después de meses lo cacharon y otra vez tuvo que ver para atrás.
¿Sabes cuántos amigos conocí así en México?
No, o sea, todo el mundo.
Vivían aquí y lo cachaban y para atrás. Y venían de nuevo y lo volvían a cachar y así. Se pasaban la vida, se jugaban la vida, ¿entiendes? Y cuando yo estuve...
Están enfogonados que estamos parando de que, ¿por qué están, how you say, scheduling so close?
Es que mira, tuvimos nuestras entrevistas tan cada hora, entonces a las 7 de la mañana, 8 de la mañana, ya llevamos hora y media y dicen, no, que no paren. Y muchas preguntas de la gente todavía ni
la preguntamos.
Ni la preguntamos, pero usted, o sea, todavía ni...
Es que para mí es importante que la historia salga. Yo sé que ellos tienen preguntas que podemos hacer otro día, pero es importante la historia porque ellos tienen que saber el sacrificio.
El
sacrificio del latino para hacer este deporte. Y para nosotros somos muchos, esta es la única opción. So, ellos tienen que saber.
Exactamente. Y lo otro es, espero una segunda parte y donde pueda responderle a algunos fanáticos y seguir con ustedes, pero...
No, la semana que viene si quieres.
So Yo Elvis is saying, first of all, he said thank you, and he's like, I want to come back for the part 2 because he does want to be able to answer to the fans and answer those questions. So we're going to have to get him back for sure. Yo, Elvi, ¿algo último que quiera decir antes de irse?
Y sus redes sociales.
Y las redes sociales también.
Mis redes sociales, Instagram, Gómez JR Official.
So, Gomez Jr. Official is his Instagram, as seen on screen. But if you are not watching and listening, it is Gomez Jr. Official. All one word, GOMEZJR Official.
All right, we're going to take a quick intermission, take this picture with Joe Elvis, and get him to sign one of these gloves. I'm pretty sure he's going to be a hot prospect coming up. We'll be right back with another interview.
12 years. I never expected it to turn out like this.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
Shout out to the community, man. I appreciate y'all.
What's happening, people?
Info Joe, Los Angeles, in the building.
Adrian, the problem wrong, the man from the frozen tundra.
Keem, straight out of Florida. Liz Lowe, Decatur, Georgia.
You already know what it is. It's the Queen, Martha K, Detroit. Stand up.
David Maldonado, New York City. Yo, Nuts, don't cut me off, man. Don't cut me off.
King Amin of Essex, catch me for them championship rounds.
Big Super Matt, Plainview, Texas.
Davidian in Buffalo. God bless you all.
Jesus' name.
Without Chai, it ain't nothing. Without the callers, it ain't nothing, man.
Bad Girl, TKO, San Diego, California.
Big Fish Vegas, Palm Beach, Florida.
Intrigue the Incredible, straight out the ATL. James Benitez, Huntsville, Alabama. It ain't hating, it's just the truth.
Show Kid, Mount Vernon, New York, suckers.
SDS Promotions.
Coach Mide from London, UK.
Let's go!
Checking in from Tennessee, it's Lethal James, P-A-Y-N-E. It's lethal.
Line 6 Reed, just spreading that boots gospel.
Bo from Bama, only in America.
Well, I'm a true attestation to the American dream.
King Boy, Crown Heights, Brooklyn. You heard? 4 chicken wings and french fries, breakfast of champions. Let's get to it.
JT, New Orleans, Louisiana.
Stuff like that.
Yo, TVV, this Coach J-Mac. New Orleans, Louisiana, 504, baby.
What have you?
C. Y. E.
California.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel, join YouTube members and Patreon for some.
This is the #1 pound for pound and 2-division champion, Marvin the Tank Furman from Dallas, Texas.
Elvis Gomez, from DC to Stunt City, Bomb Squad.
Brandon Maurice, a.k.a. the AJ Trucking, straight out of Cincinnati, baby.
Madback 100, U.S. Virgin Islands.
Chickarelli, Hollywood, California.
Louis Reyes,
Boston, Mass. Yo, drop that SDS shit,
This
son.
message was brought to you by SDS Promotions.
The voice of the people. There is no equal. You can add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to be part of the conversation. TheBoxingVoice.com.
As I always say, please make sure you push the thumbs up. Share this in every episode of the Boxing Voice podcast. This is TBD for life. If you ain't on Patreon, that's because you're stupid.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. We do apologize that obviously we could not continue that interview in its entirety. I know that you guys had some questions. I know that it was an amazing interview, but it deserves a part two. I don't think that the story of the struggle should be overlooked and or skipped,
disregarded in
any form. And I looked up Maria Full of Grace. It's not exactly the same story because obviously Maria Full of Grace, she gambled with her life in a completely different field, right? Obviously, Yo Elvis was defecting, coming over here with his boxing skill to become a professional fighter. Maria Full of Grace doesn't have any skill. She just had ambition. So, you know, she became a smuggler of a different sort, but it's a very good movie. Strong recommend. That being said, we have our next guest.
Yes, we do.
In the building. And in about a few segundos, it looks like Bo will be bringing him in. And we can start our next interview. And yeah, here we go. How are you, man? How are you? So we obviously, excuse me, had the opportunity to meet you at Bones Adams.
Yes, sir.
And we definitely wanted to get you on the show and just introduce you to the world, man. So tell everybody your name and what got you into the sport. Pretty much same thing we were getting with Yo Elvis, man. We need to get your story. Let everybody know why you are a professional boxer.
See, my name Deante Brown. I really started boxing when I was like 12 years old. I moved from Louisiana to Atlanta.
Okay.
You know, just my mom, she, you know, it was rough where we was at. So she was like, we had to make a switch. So we made a change. We came to Atlanta.
How old were you when you moved from Louisiana to Atlanta?
I was 12, about 12.
Okay.
12 years old, yeah.
So when you get there is when you start boxing?
Mm-hmm. So I had an older cousin, he from Germany. And he was a pro boxer, so I just started going with him every day to the gym. So I just stuck with it from after that. Mm-hmm.
So what was the amateurs like for you? Because 12 is still fairly young to get into boxing. What was that like for you?
Oh, the amateurs was cool. The amateurs was cool. It took me a while to have my first amateurs. I was training for about probably like a year and a half before I even had a fight. So, but it was cool. Amateurs was cool.
So what got you into the sport? Why boxing, man? Could have been anything.
That was like probably like the only thing I was good at was fighting for real. Like all my friends, we used to be out hooping and football. They probably used to get me in that, but when it came to fighting, that was just always something, you know, that I was good at, you know. So boxing was like.
How'd you know though when it came to fighting? What, you were going to a rec center or you was getting in fights in the street?
Yeah, streets. Yeah, that's basically what it was. Like just hanging out. So it was just like, okay, boxing. I found that. I was like, okay, this is something I'm good at. And then natural, and I was like, okay, let me see where I can take it.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
So now, having been pro for a couple years and 15-0, 11 knockouts, things are moving good for you so far. But obviously, you want to continue to grow your career. Where do you feel like? What do you think is next for you? Where do you feel like you go from here?
Man, we just focused on big fights right now. Like, they ain't gonna did the hard part, so we just focused on, you know, getting a big fight and getting out there. So, you know, just waiting on the call for real. Waiting on the call.
So when did you link up with Bones Adams?
It's been like a year and a half now. About a year and a half when I first came to Vegas. So, yeah, I started training at Bones. Bones was like the only gym I trained at in Vegas. So it's been like a year and a half.
And what brought you to Vegas?
I met this guy named Fareed. He stayed out here, and I came out here and trained with him. and that's how I met Bones. So I was kind of like back and forth from Vegas to Atlanta for a while, but I just ended up staying in Vegas. I was like, I'm back and forth so much, I might as well stay.
Might as well stay in.
Yeah.
Obviously, I mean, Vegas is considered to be the fight capital of the world, so I'm sure the quality of work that you're able to find out here is much better than what you could get in Georgia, right?
Yeah, way much better, man. Everybody come out here, so it's like you running to everybody, so it's good. It's good for sure.
Now, you're at the lightweight division. How do you feel? You're what, about 5'8" or so? 5'9"?
Yeah, about 5'8", 5'9", yeah.
So, I mean, that's a pretty decent size for a lightweight. How does your body feel at 135?
Oh, it feel good. I can make 135 easy. So, I've been campaigning. My original weight is 130, but 135, that's where everybody is. So I'll fight there if I have to. You know what I mean?
So if the right opportunity presented itself, you'd go down to 30?
Yeah, most definitely. That's the plan, but yeah. Most definitely.
Being at Bones and obviously, Devin having this fight in Australia, have you gotten some work with Devin? Did he use your services for some sparring?
Yeah, I sparred Devin once, man. It ain't go like it was supposed to. Kind of like, they got mad or whatever. I guess they thought they was gonna get the best of me or whatever. So yeah, but they got mad on some whole other stuff. It was crazy.
What you mean got mad about what?
It was just like they thought they were about to come in there and I don't know. They just thought I was easy work or something because they didn't know who I was. So when I got in there, it went a whole different way. So it wasn't,
So it's only been one session?
Yeah, one session.
How long ago was that?
It wasn't that long ago. It was like a few months ago. I think he was getting ready for Joseph Diaz.
Okay.
Joseph Diaz.
All right. Well, I mean, it sounded like it was some good work. I'm sure they'll get you back if it was that tough. But what did you take away from that experience? Obviously, he's a world champion. He's going for undisputed.
I'm gonna be honest. I ain't take nothing from it. Like, I didn't have better work than that. For real. Just being honest, I don't know if it was. It ain't what I thought it was gonna be. I don't know. Not to throw salt on them, but.
So were you southpaw or the orthodox?
Yeah, I'm southpaw.
Okay, so definitely was using you for JoJo.
Yeah.
And what's your record?
I'm 15-0.
So you doing it like that, huh? You handling the champ like that?
Yes, sir. For sure.
So, I mean, well, you mentioned having had harder sparring before. Talk about who? Yeah, who have you been able to share that ring with?
Shakur? You out here in Vegas. He be out here.
I was supposed to work with him. His coach be coming to the gym, but we never really crossed paths. But his coach talked to me. He wanted me to work with Shakur, but we never really had the chance to make it happen. But soon, though, I know he out here, so eventually we gonna spar for sure. That'll be some good work, most definitely.
So who have you been able to get some work with this far?
I can't even name it. There's a lot of people that everybody come to Bones. I done sparred with.
They do.
Yeah, I done sparred with like a lot of people that I can't even just name off the top. It's been a minute, but yeah, just a lot of what's due? I be forgetting the names and everything. It's crazy, but yeah, I get a lot of work at Bones though. Everybody come to Bones. I spar with. That's in the weight. So,
would you say that was the best move you made for your career coming to Vegas?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
What are some of the differences between where you were training and being now here in Vegas with Bones?
Just the consistency, consistency of the sparring, different looks and everybody. Kind of like down there, you get like the same look, the sparring, same person. Out here, it's like you don't know who you're running to, so it's good. It's definitely good for.
So what part of Louisiana are you from? I'm
from Morgan City, Louisiana. It's like 40 minutes away from New Orleans, like right,
Okay.
I was on the outskirts.
Okay. We got a lot of New Orleans callers, man.
For real.
For real.
That's crazy, for sure.
Yeah, we got a lot of New Orleans callers.
Would you like to take a fight back home? Even though, I know you moved to Atlanta, but I'm saying obviously Louisiana is where you from, where you was born, where you grew up. So is that something that you've thought of and not quite yet, wanting to take a fight to, back to Louisiana?
Yeah, as soon as the opportunity comes, I'm trying to get on that. Most definitely. that's where all my, a lot of my people at. So I'm ready to, pack the house out down there. As soon as it comes, I'm on it for real.
Yeah, we don't really get many fights out there, so I'm sure you'd be able to.
I was just about to ask, what's your thoughts on Regis? Have you met him? Have you worked with him? What do you know about him?
Yeah, I never met Regis though. I follow him. I'm a fan of him. I never met Regis though. But he do his thing, so that's what's up for sure.
For sure. All right. Anybody that you I don't know looked up to? Any fighters on your come up? Modeled yourself after? I don't know. No Floyds, nothing like that.
The only fighter I can say like really is like Terrence Crawford.
That's the one that influenced you.
Yeah, for sure.
How and which way did he influence you? Would you say?
I don't know. Just a lot of people always told me like, "Oh, Terrence Crawford." Like kind of like when I fight, they'll be like this and that. I don't know. I just like the way he carries himself. It's 100 for sure.
So now being in Vegas, I like to talk to a lot of young fighters like yourself who have made that move to Vegas, right? Because we hear it all the time. So for you, what has been the biggest lesson that you've been able to learn as far as being in Vegas? Because like you say, the quality of sparring and the quality of work out here is different. But as far as making that move, and it kind of seems like for a lot of fighters, it's like the beginning of a new step for them, right? Moving to Vegas is kind of like the beginning of a new step in their career. So what have you been able to take away from this experience and just being in Vegas in general?
It's kind of just like staying focused, just being out here, staying focused and stuff. I'm not really a gambler, it's like a gambling city. So I ain't. So it's just the same thing, really, just staying focused for real. That's just all. I live in the gym, so I really don't get into nothing else.
How long have you been in Vegas?
About a year and a half.
Okay, so it's fairly new. So I mean, made any friends? Or is it just work? Gym back to the house. Like what's your life like coming out here from Louisiana? You don't know many people. You do know people. Like what's it about, man? Give me a day in the life of Mr. Brown.
For sure, yeah. I got a couple friends out here. But everybody I meet out here, they not from here type thing. Except for like females or whatever. But they, other than like homeboys, they really from like somewhere else. Or they just moved out here or something like that. So we all like in the same boat almost. So, yeah.
All right, well, we got a few questions from the people. I got La Duda Claudio who says, all-time favorite boxer?
All-time favorite boxer? I say Sugar Ray Leonard. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, what was it about Sugar Ray for you?
I just like how he flow. It was just I always liked how he flow. Even when he was in the amateurs, when he was going to the Olympics and stuff, I just like the way he moved for real.
That's definitely one of the great lightweights. So you were talking about Terrence Crawford being someone that influenced you. Obviously, everybody wants that fight with Errol Spence. What's your thoughts? Crawford versus Spence. Do you believe it happens? And if so, what do you think that outcome is?
I think Crawford will beat Spence. It won't be an easy fight, but I think he'll get him.
Do you think it's a fight that goes to distance, or do you think it's a fight that ends early?
Yeah, because remember, Crawford has like a 9 or 10 fight knockout streak.
Yeah. So I think it's gonna end early, most definitely. I don't think it'll go to distance. Most definitely.
And I don't know if you know, but obviously yesterday Brian Castano made it clear, he doubled down that he beat Earl twice in the amateurs, that he dropped him or got, standing 8s on him. And he says if he beats Charlo, he would like Errol Spence next. Are you familiar with Brian Castano?
Yeah,
okay.
I like
what do you think about a fight with he and Errol Spence if he can beat Charlo Saturday night?
Now that'll be a good fight. That'll be definitely a good fight. Kind of like Sean Porter. He got a Sean Porter kind of style, so it'll be good. I think Errol will overcome it though, but it'll be good. He ain't nobody to sleep on.
What'd you make of Errol's performance? Obviously, there was a lot of questions from the public after that detached retina. He had the unification fight with Yordan Isuga. I was just curious on what you make of his performance.
Of Errol?
Yes.
Yeah, he ain't lose a step to me. I think he still had it from way before the accident or anything. He ain't lose a step. So it was, he definitely a talented, mentally and physically.
I got Ruin 504, New Orleans. When do you plan on getting back in the ring?
So I'll fight in July, supposedly sometime in July on Showtime.
Okay.
Yeah, on
Showbox?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Do you got an opponent?
Yeah, it's I forgot the dude's name. Some Martinez, but he Puerto Rican guy. He from, I think he in Puerto Rico now. Yeah.
Better watch that left hook. You know, Puerto Ricans love that left hook. What's your go-to punch?
Yeah, all of them.
Nah.
All of them.
Gotta have one that's I don't know, like that will get the job done. Like, is it that left hook or is it the straight right? Oh, actually, you a southpaw, straight left, right hook.
Yeah, that probably it. Yeah, the jab really.
The jab. That's beautiful to hear. You don't really hear most people say the jab. They say the jab will take you around the world.
Nah, that's a true fact. That's a true fact right there.
Deante, I wanted to ask, your last fight, you got the TKO in the 9th, which is the longest you've ever gone. To me, I find it extremely important for fighters to be able to get rounds in, because obviously there's going to come a time where you're going to have to and you're not familiar or able to. So do you feel that you was able to learn a lot in that last fight, given that that was your longest fight thus far?
Oh yeah, I learned a lot from that fight, most definitely. It was a good fight. Yeah. Plus I was in his hometown too, so it was like I learned a lot about, just being against everybody in the building, you know what I'm saying? So it was like I learned a lot from that fight.
So they was booing you?
Yeah. Like, surprisingly, a lot of people was on my side. Like, a lot of Hispanics or whatever. They was walking up to me, just showing love even before the fight. So it was cool.
And who's managing your career?
Tory Thomas.
Okay.
Yeah, Tory Thomas, out of Atlanta.
All right. And who introduced you to Bones?
Fareed Samad.
Okay. And right away, you knew that was the where you wanted to be?
Yeah. Just being at Bones, I was like, yeah, this where it's at, for real.
That's what's up. I got James Valdez, San Antonio, Texas. It says, no ring entry nickname yet, champ? So no nickname yet?
Yeah, they Lamb Down.
Lamb Down.
Yeah, Deante Lamb Down Brown. That's my full name.
Lamb Down Brown. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Obviously,
how'd you come up with it?
Man, one day I think, like, before I had like 3 fights, I ain't have a name, so my barber really came up with that. Yeah, for real. Just sitting there, he was cutting.
Well, you had waves at the time?
Nah.
I was about to say, Lamb Down.
I had the fro. But nah, he was just something that rung when I heard it, so.
It definitely got a good ring to it.
Let me tell you, shout out to your barber, because I've definitely suggested a couple nicknames for some fighters, and I thought they was good nicknames, and they ain't panned out. So shout out to your barber.
Most
shout out to your barber.
He like family though, so it was all love.
So do you go ahead?
No, I was gonna ask. I fucking forgot now.
Do you think you'll be able to win the world title at 35, or do you see yourself moving up for your first world title shot? Like, do you envision becoming a champ at 35 before you move up, or, can you still make that weight?
Yeah, most definitely, 35, most definitely. I don't plan on moving up no time soon, so I'm going to campaign at 130, 135.
Okay. And I know Bones got a lot of connections, man. Has things opened up for you in terms of being able to get fights or televised fights because of your connections with Bones?
Yeah, most definitely. Bones, he put you in the right places. So he just called me the other day with some information. So it's like he always working, man. He always working for sure.
And for the fight fan who maybe haven't seen you fight yet, but will be catching your Showbox debut, can you explain to them what your fight style is like? How would you best describe your fighting style, and who would you compare yourself to?
I think I got like a different style. I'm just a smart fighter, I know how to keep my distance, but I know how to turn it up when it's time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like compare myself to. I really don't know. I would say Terrence Crawford. But
Why? Because he spends a lot of time in the southpaw stance, or can you switch?
No, I don't switch.
So what is it about Crawford that you find comparable to yourself?
I don't know. He just know how to get to it when it's time, you know. So that's something I like about him. That's something I do too. So I guess I can say that's probably like the closest.
I'm assuming when you say get to it, first thing comes to mind is when he was told in the corner that he was losing the Porter fight and he went out there and got the stoppage. Is that what you talking about?
Yeah, that too though. Yeah.
So Bones could tell you like, man, we got to knock this, and you gonna go out there and get it done.
Yeah. That was my last fight. I was in the corner, and then I was winning every round. I won every round, but Bones like, you know, this dude, he ready to go. You know what I'm saying? So I went out there and I got him out of there.
Now, would you say you consider yourself a puncher? Because to get a stoppage in the 9th round, power has to carry late.
Yeah, I definitely can punch for sure.
So, for people that haven't seen you box, are you more of a puncher than a boxer? Would you consider yourself boxer puncher? Would you consider yourself a boxer?
Boxer puncher, yeah, boxer puncher, most definitely.
So you said, I think you said, you don't really hang out unless it's girls. So you single out here. You ain't leave nobody back in Louisiana and Atlanta and none of that.
Nah.
Came out here single and focused. That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's real good. So you made the move alone.
Yep, by myself. Actually, it was like,
how was that? Like, when did you decide, and how did you jump on a bus? Did you call somebody and your manager flew you out? How was that for you?
So I met Fareed in Atlanta. He was training Danny Jacobs. So my manager knew Fareed. So he was like, I want you to go to Vegas and just try it out, see how you like it or whatever. So we set that up, and I came out here, and then it was like, damn, I do like it. So I just kept coming back and forth. My manager was like, you might as well just stay out there now. So we just stayed out here.
So you just found your own spot?
Yeah.
So are you a full-time fighter?
Yeah, full-time.
Nice. Nice.
Sure.
That's actually good. You're able to relocate and be a full-time fighter. So what's your day consist of? Because this was an early interview. Do you normally get up early for road work, or do you sleep late and train late like a Floyd? How do you do it?
Actually, I train at 10, about 10.
Okay.
About 10 o'clock. So I'm already up at this time anyway. So
Nice.
about 10 o'clock. And then later in that day, I'll probably do like strength and conditioning. I do road work at night. But that's my routine.
So you doing your road work alone?
Yeah.
So you prefer the track or you run the streets?
It depends. I like the treadmill.
That's strange. Most fighters tell me they get bored on the treadmill.
I like the treadmill for something. I feel like it's better.
Well, do you know? So for your fight in July on Showbox, do you know a location yet?
Not yet. I just got presented to it like a couple of days ago. So
okay.
I'm still waiting on all the info.
All right. Definitely gonna need that. That way, ticket information for those who want to come out, things like that, things of that sort, definitely will be, important. Do we have any more questions from the people, Ness?
Hold on, let me refresh. And can you check the super chats?
Yeah, 1 sec. Let me
I got one from Brandon. It says, if you got the call to fight Ryan Garcia, would you accept? If so, how would that fight play out?
Yeah, most definitely. I definitely want to fight Ryan. That would be a good fight. Like I was saying, we want the big name, so Ryan would definitely be a big fight. Me and my manager were just talking about that too. So, Ryan not beat me though. Just
he not beating you?
Yeah, not at all. To put it out there.
What did you think of his fight with Emmanuel to go?
I don't know, his performance. It was just he was trying to walk the guy down, and I don't know, to go. He was supposed to stop him just the way to go was fighting. It was just don't know, but he couldn't get the guy out of there. So, yeah. I know he had a layoff too, but.
How would a fight with you and To-Go go? Because To-Go didn't want to. It's hard to stop a dude that don't want to be stopped. He was on the move. Obviously, I believe it was Ryan's fault. I felt like he could have done something. I want to see, did you?
He didn't.
What did you think he needed to do in order to get the stoppage?
Because he sure wasn't cutting off the ring.
I was trying to see, did he see that? But thanks for giving him a clue.
Oh, my bad.
That's it though. He wasn't setting nothing up, cutting off the ring. He was letting him run everywhere. So I don't know. He fought the wrong fight, kind of. He still won, but if he wanted to stop him, he could have did a lot of things better.
Like what?
He was trying to walk the guy down with his hands up, and he wasn't setting nothing up for real. So it was just he was letting dude throw all the wild punches and not answering nothing. He could have stopped the dude though.
And you think it's just? Ryan's a pretty big puncher. Why do you think the stoppage didn't come? Just because he didn't set it up?
Yeah, just because he didn't set it up. The guy was seeing it coming. He gonna brace for it. So he was throwing all them big shots and dudes. And he seen it. So it was like it'd be the punch they don't see that knock him out.
I felt like he got a little bit sloppy looking for that knockout. What about you?
You say he would have got sloppy? I
felt like he did get a little bit sloppy looking for the knockout.
Oh yeah. That's why. Yeah, he was throwing them like wild punches and stuff. So. But yeah, if he just set it up, he could have made a lot more things happen.
Who do you think is at the top of the lightweight division right now? Because obviously Ryan not impressing you. You were vocal on the Devin sparring. So who do you think right now is at the top of the lightweight division?
Me.
Thanks. Now I say Javante. Javante probably.
Not Kambosos with all the belts.
Kambosos, yeah, I forgot about Kambosos too. Yeah, them two. Yeah.
So do you think, based off your sparring with Devin and what you've seen off Kambosos, do you think you picking him over Devin, or you think Devin pulls it off?
Devin might pull it off because the way Kambosos fight, he kind of like the style of Devin a beat, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like he'll pull it off.
What is a style that you think gives Devin problems?
A boxer.
You're supposed to say my style.
Yeah, that wasn't a boxer. Yeah.
A boxer?
Yeah.
Wait, so you think the way to beat Devin Haney is to outbox him?
Outbox him, 100%.
Outbox the boxer?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, you taking him?
You must be a good boxer. I never seen you spar. Now I got to go over there today because if you saying outbox Devin Haney, that means you didn't. It wasn't aggression in that sparring match. You saying you outboxed him? I'm just like, man, I thought he was the boxer.
Yeah, you gotta take him out. You took him out. Took him out of his comfort zone. Made him come, and he got frustrated or whatever. So, yeah, that's the way. Kambosos kind of like the come forward fighter or whatever. But that's the way that's the way Devin gonna beat.
What did you think of that performance with Joseph Diaz, who was a southpaw? So obviously he used you to get ready for that. Did he make any of the same mistakes in sparring? Did you see them on the fight, or did you not watch that fight?
No, I watched like a little highlights of it, but it went like Joseph. He was just coming forward too. He was training for that. Joseph ain't changed his style up with nothing. So he was training for how Joseph was gonna come out there. So
okay,
yeah.
So they expected that Mexican style.
Yeah, exactly. Standing there in the pocket, taking punches.
For sure. Let me see here. I'm gonna refresh one more time.
Yeah, refresh me.
Oh, we good?
Yeah.
Let me check Patreon. Yep, that is it. So, Devante, if you could give out your social media, let everybody know where they can follow you. Once again, let them know how to purchase any tickets for your upcoming fight and or streaming. Is there a way to see it?
Showtime,
yeah,
bro.
It's gonna be on Showtime.
That's right, Showbox.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's my Instagram is King Leg, KING LED.
Yo, what's up with that? How am I gonna find you if your name Devante Brown? Why would I ever search King Led.
King Led. Yeah, it's Lamb Down. That was my name. Was LED, but I changed to King Led a while back. So.
You probably want to put that name.
Talking about my Deante.
Yeah.
That shit, it's too normal. I don't like putting my. I don't know. You search my
But that's
name,
the
you'll find
name.
it on
That's
there,
the
though.
name Jimmy Lennon, or fucking what's my man name? David Diamante.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe you get big and one day it's Michael Buffer. They gonna say that name, not.
Right.
I mean, they will eventually add Lamb Down.
But
you know.
Sure. I get what you're saying. Sure though.
But Deante, we do appreciate you joining us. We know you got training a little bit. So
Yeah,
we do
man.
appreciate
Sparring in an hour.
We'll take a
Is
quick.
it sparring today?
No, I'm not sparring today. No, I'm not sparring today. Not today. Next week.
All right.
I gotta be there, man. See this jab from the southpaw stance.
Most definitely. Yeah.
But we will take a quick intermission, take this picture, and then
Yes.
we'll be right back.
Yes, sir.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
You walk away with a silver medal, which is an incredible accomplishment. Can you take any pride in that?
I don't like to lose.
Now it's like I know what feeling I don't want to ever go through. He was talking about you crying and like, you go watch Floyd. Floyd was crying after he lost his leg. I don't ever want to feel that again. I don't want to ever lose. Like, I'm not cool with losing.
This is a TKO victory for Shakur Stevenson.
He's tough. He don't take no for an answer, so I got to beat it out of him.
Score.
Of course he's the truth.
Teofimo not messing with him. I don't think Tank messing with him. Gary Russell Jr. ain't messing with him.
Me right now, if you ask me, would I beat Floyd Mayweather back in the day, I'm going to say yes. And truthfully, really believe that.
I know my body. Yeah, I know Shakur body. Shakur know my body. Do I step to you when we fought? Yes or no?
No.
Do we step to each other? Yes or no?
No.
The southpaw version of Floyd Mayweather.
Oscar can't keep ducking. It's time for him to fight. It's me versus Oscar Valdez. There's nothing else to look forward to. Canelo can't get in the ring fight for him. And even if he could, I feel like if me and Canelo's at the same weight, I feel like I'll beat him.
SDS Promotions.
I'm one of the best fighters in boxing.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
You walk away with a silver medal, which is an incredible accomplishment. Can you take any pride in that?
I don't like to lose.
Now it's like I know what feeling I don't want to ever go through. He was talking about you crying and like, you go watch Floyd. Floyd was crying after he lost his leg. I don't ever want to feel that again. I don't want to ever lose. Like, I'm not cool with losing.
This is a TKO victory for Shakur Stevenson.
He's tough. He don't take no for an answer, so I got to beat it out of him.
All right, we are back. Shout out to yet another good interview, and yeah, man, we're here. We're talking Jermell Charlo. It is Friday. Should be a weigh-in later on today. Right now, we had two great interviews. Let me see if we got to get to any super chats that we might have left during the time of the two interviews. We will be having Yo Elvis back sometime next week to round out part number 2. Let's see here. Where are ya? What do you know? What super chat we left off? Then we got to go so far back. I think it's R West says nope. We did that. Midwest says. Yes, that's the third one. We did that. Brandon Len says.
Which super chat we leave off on Dan the man?
Danny, do you remember? I'm not sure.
I do.
Which one?
I know he was gonna know.
The last one we read. No, I got it pulled up actually. Give me a sec. Let me refresh, just in case we have got some more. All right. Damn, this internet's not the greatest. All right. So the last one, The last one we left off on was the Google Trend search one.
Okay.
Actually, nope. We actually didn't. Damn. All right, right here, Midwest Boxing.
Mm-hmm.
Midwest Boxing sends $5 saying, I got 5 on it. I'd like to see Spence versus Castano. Brandon Lenz with his $5 super chat saying, who has ever called in and said Jermell Charlo was the face of boxing? If that's happened, then Ness has a legitimate argument. Otherwise, why compare? Tony Salgado with his $5 super chat saying, both of you guys are right. Conclusion, Nello has haters all around the globe.
Yep.
Jonathan Lambarena with his $5 super chat. He says, they be getting up early to hate on Canelo, Ness. Laughing out loud emoji. Shout out to Mel for throwing fuel to the fire with that USA versus Argentina. Not that Wilder race bait.
Vomit emoji.
Brandon Lenz coming back with another $5. Says, Google Trend search Floyd versus anybody, then Triple G versus anybody during the years they fought, and tell me what you find.
I mean, you tell us, producer.
$20 coming in from Tim Gallegos. Casual fan and listener here. Loved yesterday's Charlo versus Castano press conference. Americans must stick together against Argentina. Laughing out loud. Just kidding. Just a FYI, tons of Latinos support Charlo. So we'll get the wheel spun for you, Tim Gallegos.
Tim with the big $20 super chat. We're going to spin that wheel.
And that'll be 2 spins unless it does land on the glove or the hat, as those are $15 entries.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go ahead and spin the wheel for Tim.
Once Austin's ready.
In the meantime, Q from Newark sends a $2 super chat. Says, shout out to TBV, ESPN of this boxing talk. Charlo by KO.
KO. We got a spin. And it is the hat.
So, that is Tim Gallegos. You have been entered into our TBV hat raffle for the day. Jonathan, I'm sorry.
Yep, go.
Jonathan Lamberana comes back with the $2 super chat saying these haters saving their voice for the fight. Laughing out loud emoji.
Use air quotes for saving their voice.
Yes.
So that's a shot at CYP.
Q from Newark back with a $10 super chat says, shout out to TBV, kings of the boxing talk. I got Charlo by KO. Too prideful, will step on the gas more, willing to trade. Derek James won't let him make the same mistakes. Boots by KO. Spin it. So Q from Newark, you have been entered.
Oh,
you have entered us into our smoke break.
First one of the day
that we will never get.
We never get.
Never.
We average one a day.
We never get that.
That's
shit.
like the least amount spin item.
YouTube with $1 showing love for Nesta the Gibbs,
saying TBV is the best in the whole wide world. Everyone else sucks balls.
That's not what they said.
It says it right there.
No, it doesn't.
It
Facts
does.
100 with a $2
right
super chat says Maestro should be here asking questions right now.
Oh,
I guess they ain't like your questions, Ness.
Oh,
Caleb V with a $5 super chat that says hell of an interview. Sigue adelante, campeón, y ojalá tus deseos de unir a su familia con mejores circunstancias se cumple. TBV is TBE. So he said, keep going, champ, and hopefully your wishes of one day reuniting your family can come true. High and Low Sports Zentrum with a $2 super chat says TBV, I'm sorry, the boxing voice is more. And Rider of the Storm with a $2 super chat says, why do sparring partners always have to talk greasy? And then we have JD Spades with a $5 super chat says, sent a $10 super chat during yesterday evening show. Towards the end of the show, I didn't get a spin. I would like my spin today. So let's see, JD. Let me double check. That was today's date, the 13th, right?
He said yesterday
Evening
on the
show.
show, he said, Viva Las Vegas with 2 boxing glove emojis.
Damn, today not the 13th?
Today is the 13th.
He sent it yesterday on the 12th.
No, I get what you're saying, but
Oh, it's still showing 12 for this today.
Yeah.
So you're right.
So let me go back. We gonna hear this. You're right. That did come in at the very end of the show. JD Spades did say Viva Las Vegas with the boxing glove emoji. So let's spin the wheel for him.
All right.
In the meantime, do we have any callers up there?
Guys, I just want you to know.
Bro, look.
Yes, I'm telling you yes.
No, look behind
No, we
you,
can't
though.
see.
Yes, we do. We have Kingborn.
All right, can we see? All right.
All right, well, let's get to King Born.
Brooklyn Jew is coming through your town.
Let's get to it.
When you see old dirty bastards in a position like that, then you know they don't get ready to bust your.
I love my TVV, comrades.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
Listen, man.
What?
Goddamn spider crab, goddamn South Shane. That's all I need, and I'm good.
SDS Promotions.
Hey, yo, y'all hear me, right?
Yeah.
We do.
Listen, man, I want to say I love my TVV comrades. I love my TVV live chat comrades. Let's get to it. I got 2 points. Today, for all the boxing fiends, I'm throwing a hot package in the streets. I'm on my Presto Chango magician shit. You know, switch them up, fix them up. But the first thing I'm going to say is this fight.
Loss of service.
King Born, we're gonna have to come back to you.
Damn. Well,
we got anybody in the blog talk, Ness?
Looks like we have a few people in blog talk. That is Oscar at the top in San Antonio. Oscar, what up? What up? What up?
Oscar?
What up? Nah, it's me. I have to unmute, but I'm not even logged in, so I'm like buying time.
Well, in the meantime, Arizestro does send a $10 super chat. No message, just sending some love.
So we're going to spin.
We got Oscar. Oh, we spinning?
Yeah, we got to spin for him.
For error?
For error.
Zest.
Stro. Hopefully you don't have any errors on your taxes or anything of that nature, you know. Hopefully, you know. Everything.
Or hopefully you do, because I would love for some of you guys to actually pick up the phone and call 833-TBV-TAXX. Get a free consultation. Talk about any way they can help you with your taxes. Why? Because they are sponsoring TBV, and you need to show that we can convert. Okay? Plain and simple. Stop being afraid. Stop being scared. If you need their services, they are the ones to help. We've never, ever recommended a service and or a company that we don't truly believe in and or stand by.
And at the end of the day, Ness, it's not like we will know if you guys call in.
No, we will know. And they told us they have gotten 0 calls. That's why I'm pretty sad.
No, I'm just saying, if there's people hesitant of calling in because they don't want us to know their personal issues.
Absolutely. We won't know your personal issues.
As far as that's concerned, we will have 0 clue.
It's actually against the law.
But we do know that we have gotten 0 calls because
it is confidentiality.
This number has not been dialed. Not once.
It wasn't dialed. So dial it and get your consultation and tell them TBV sent you. Because whenever you're in taxed out, you should call the tax doctors at 833-TBV-TAXX. We got a super chat.
Well, we got to spin the wheel for Arizestro first.
We did, and he landed on Keychain.
Right, so then we going out to...
Keep in mind, JD Spades, you got 2 entries into your Benavidez glove raffle, and I have both entries in there.
In there.
Word. The callers.
The callers.
Blog Talk, right?
We was going to Oscar.
Oscar in Seattle.
That is actually San Antonio.
That's what I said. Oscar, what up?
All right, maybe we are dead on Blog Talk, and there is no time. Maybe the show's over. C-Dub. 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 All right. Blog Talk is done.
All right.
Next GTO, Instagram and Twitter.
We got a $2 super chat from Average Boxing Fan that says, David El Bandera Roja, not the Mexican Monster. Here to remind y'all.
Why?
I disagree.
We all disagree with you.
No, speak for yourself.
Oh, you don't think he's a Mexican Monster?
What? No.
Oh, he's not Mexican enough? You going to treat him that way?
I ain't say he was
So what do you think of David Benavidez?
What do you think?
I'm interested to know.
We are.
I'm just saying, Mike called him that. I ain't calling him that.
I'm saying, so what do you think of him?
Motherfucker a killer. He like that. But I'm not saying he the Mexican Monster.
Who the
Whoa. Broke the arm?
Who the Mexican Monster in you think Canelo?
Me, motherfucker. What's wrong with you, boy? Me, it's me. I am your answer. I am your co-host.
What you think?
I am your co-host. I am Ringwalk Danny. You can follow me on all platforms at Ringwalk Danny. You can follow Nesta Gibbs on TikTok
at Nesta Gibbs. But what you need to be doing is telling 60 more people that we need to be subscribed to so we can finally get to 140,000. We just need 60.
56 now.
Well, I always say a little bit more because every time you ask for one, someone unsubscribes.
That's about 60 overnight, ain't it? Because we had 120 yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. That's good.
But if we do not have any more callers, you cannot follow Nesta Gibbs at Nesta Gibbs on Instagram and Twitter because it is indeed
Nest GTO.
Nest GTO. Our producer, Bo Mason _TBV.
On IG.
So
if you win something from me, hit me up.
Average Boxing Fan with the $2 super chat says the Haney versus Camboso's fight card is basura.
I wouldn't say that. They got Lucas Brown on a heavyweight fight. But I am happy to announce that our hard work is paying off. Shout out to the entire team, everybody that makes up this team. We have 583% more views than usual. That's an insane number. I thought you could only go up 100%. Like, imagine if we could get to 1,000%.
I do got to say, you're thanking the team, but I think you guys are really killing it with the content. Like every episode, you guys, it's not like you guys aren't saying nothing to hear about.
No, I hear you, but it still requires a team. Not only to engineer the show, hit the sound bites, schedule guests, ship out products and prizes, but posting the Patreon questions. I mean, there's just so much. The thumbnail, the scheduling, and everyone plays a part. And we're happy that things are going well and continue to be moving upward in the positive direction. Let's hope something happens at the weigh-in. They are going to be bringing the Argentine flag, and Charlo did say it's America versus Argentina, so maybe we do get a weigh-in reaction. Who knows? I am Nesta Gibbs on TikTok, but catch me on Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO.
I'm your co-host, Ringwalk Danny. Ringwalk Danny on all platforms. Bo.
And I'm the little guy in the little box on the screen. Oh, he put me on the big screen. I'm the little guy in the little box. I'm Bo Mason _TBV on Instagram. And I'm Bo from Bama in every hood near you.
And we only have 3 hats left, as says someone has purchased one. So
again, just now?
Yeah, I sent it to you.
Oh, yeah, so I already got the label made for that one, but we got to give away a hat as well. Why does the Nico hat keep popping up beside me? I keep swapping it over.
Who's getting that Nico? We need to put on the wheel.
That's next. I'm trying to hold on to
that should be on the wheel. Like, See, we could have had a regular hat plus an autograph hat plus an autograph glove. We're going to put that on the wheel.
Okay,
Mañana.
I'm guilty. I've been sneaking trying to hold products so we can have some stuff because it's all going too fast. But that's a good thing because I remember the first day I shipped them, like, it's not enough. Now I got stuff in the car. I done printed off some more labels, got stuff on the house on the counter. We got a lot of stuff being shipped out, a lot of merch.
Do this raffle. So what is this for, Bo?
This is for the TBV hat
TBV
that I'm holding.
hat.
Like the one I'm holding in my hand.
Bo turns his head as if he looks at the both of y'all turning. These guys are weird.
I gotta reach.
If they act as if they look at it,
I don't want the
it's cheating.
microphone in my mouth. I gotta turn my head.
Izzy
in Oklahoma. That's official. Who next? I got Average Boxing Fan. He says the Haney versus Gumbo. You said that.
I did.
You did.
What's next,
Bo?
We got the keychain.
Oh, snap. Keychain.
Arizestro.
What? Again?
I sent him a glove yesterday. I sent him a hat yesterday, and now he got a keychain. He ain't been complaining. He stays super chatting and making good comments, helping us out, giving us things to talk about, and in return, he's getting many items.
Yo, we got, it seems like Oscar, who is trying to get on. Oscar, we going to try you. Can we try Oscar one more time? Oscar in Seattle, which is really San Antonio?
Yep. Oscar.
Are we good now?
Yep.
Oh, we good.
Okay, we're good now. I was like, damn, I thought he was leaving behind. That was a good interview, man, with a Cuban guy.
Yo, Elvis Gomez.
That shows you the definition of crab in the bucket, like how Danny was saying. I agree with you 100%, bro. A lot of Mexicans don't like Canelo because of the way he fights. I mean, look how Marquez does the whole podcast talking shit about him all the time. And that's basically the definition of crab in the bucket, right? Envious, because Marquez didn't make the amount of money that Canelo is making now. So he's very envious, you know what I mean? And as for Charlo and Castano, I was trying to say it yesterday, I don't really see too many adjustments that Charlo did with Harrison too. And it gets, what's that word you like to use, Ness, that Harrison does?
Harrison, Tony?
Yeah, you said he likes to do something when he gets bored. What do you call it?
Lackadaisical?
Yeah.
Like he gets, there you go.
Lackadaisical.
I don't see Castano doing that, man. I don't see Castano doing that. I don't see him letting off. So that's the only reason I edge it to Castano. But that was a good interview, y'all. Y'all have a good day. Shout out to all my sanitation workers out there.
Yo, I see the chat. Raul, I will not be selling TBV merch at the Charlo fight, but I will be at the fight. So make sure if you guys are in Carson tomorrow, Charlo Castano, come say what's up to me, hit me up. And Brandon, you ain't got to delete these people's messages, bro.
Not also hit you up, but don't forget that Danny's going to be doing his second episode of A Ring Walk with Danny Alvarez. So come on and be part of the experience. Make sure you're wearing a TBV shirt.
This is your opportunity to get on the show, to get
on camera,
episode,
baby. Become famous. Because listen, you're wearing a TBV shirt. It makes it easier for Omar or Malik to spot you. Tap Danny, and you're part of the episode. Yo, but I gotta go. Ness GTO. Peace, bro.